fucking countdown, and now they're just like, hey, you're live now. Stop picking your nose. You're
Oh
live.
no, I'm totally going all the way in there, man. Like,
Well, what? I got 4 fingers. Get over
oh, dude, may as well fist your nose at that rate.
it.
Don't fist your nose.
No, I couldn't do that. Although I did hit myself in the balls the other day at work by accident.
How'd you do that?
I don't even fucking remember. I was screwing around,
Oh,
and then all I know, I was like, boom, hit them both, and I'm just like, okay,
you had the 30-second delay.
continue on. I was trying to overcome the pain. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't like a really hard. It was just one of those taps where you're just like, all right, I'll be all right.
I witnessed something like that once. Two guys in the army were standing side by side. One of the guys just kind of played like do a nut tap play, but yeah, making full contact. So you see the first guy just kind of fall to his knees. And the other guy's like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And the next guy just nut taps him really hard as well. And also you see him fall to his knees. I'm like, holy shit, I am walking as far away from these two as possible. They're both just sitting there laughing and groaning in pain, side by side
Yeah,
on the ground.
that's what I did was an accident. That's not something you fuck around with people, kids out there. Leave nuts alone.
Dingleberries aren't for playing.
That's not. There's nothing fun about that. Getting hit in the nuts at all. At least not to me. Apparently to these other clowns it was, but not to me.
Oh gosh. You ever see those videos like the guys on like the fail videos where a guy intentionally hits himself in the nuts as many times as possible?
I missed those videos.
Oh, okay.
I didn't see those ones.
I see this one. It wasn't fail army, but it's one of those like fail win type of things. And it's this guy, and over and over again, he's like jumping into cactuses. He's hitting rails. He's doing bicycle things where he falls out the bike and hits his nuts. Having his friends kick him in the nuts, throw footballs at his nuts. I mean, just nut shot, nut shot, nut shot, nut shot. Then finally, at the end of the video, it says, and 3 months later, his wife says, "Hey, we're pregnant." And then 9 months later, they got a baby. It's like, this guy has tortured his sack that bad and he's still able to reproduce. I think Darwin is disproved right there because
Yeah.
he's obviously that stupid.
Well, his kids are going to be pretty dumb.
I hope not. I hope they're the smartest kids in the world.
They got all rattled up in there from all the nut shots,
He's just swimming all awkward.
Yeah.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah, you know what? That's something weird. Like I sort of work on the internet, where I make videos all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I get that, but then like I stumbled on a couple channels where it's like all they do is stupid things, like Jackass. Like, oh, today I'm gonna swallow a razor blade, and they have all these subscribers, and I'm just like, really, this is what it takes.
Mm-hmm.
This is what people want to see.
You can't give a crap at all. You can't. The moment you care, nobody cares. Yeah.
Oh. Well, yeah, but these fucking seriously though, it's like, God, I could do some stupid shit right now, but I'm not going to because I don't think it's worth it.
And it's also, and as funny as it is to watch somebody get hit in the nuts, by nut hit number 8, you're just starting to groan. Not out of pain, just out of like, they're trying that hard to get that kind of attention. And you're going to keep watching. That's the worst part. You're sitting here and you're like, it's been 8 nut shots. They've all been different. You can't change it up that much more, but you are going to keep watching this stupid video. It's addictive. I don't know.
I do still like the Jackass crew though. At least they are the OGs of that kind of bullshit.
I never actually watched any of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I never did. I always wanted to watch Bad Grandpa. I've got on my watch list for Amazon Prime, but I just haven't watched it yet. I don't know
I
why.
haven't seen Bad Grandpa, but I've seen everything else.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And the thing about Jackass is like there's too much male nudity, but the stuff they do is still fucking funny. Sometimes it's too gross. Once in a while, it's too gross. But usually it's like what you're talking about. You're just like, I can't believe what I'm seeing. I'm going to keep watching.
That's why. Well, that's why I watch like Fail Army's channel all the time. Is because a lot of it's the same stuff. It's always people falling over. A person on a bicycle is going to go down a rail and end up hitting their nads.
And then
Person
somebody
was,
laughs really annoyingly
yeah, totally.
after
Or
every single one.
what I really love though is like, you ever see those things where it's like a baby at a zoo that just has like a glass divider between them and like a lion, and all of a sudden the lion just goes nuts trying to
Yeah,
get at it, and the kid doesn't understand that this lion right now would tear into its flesh. It's just thinking, oh, funny cat, look at that. You know,
yeah.
that's funny stuff. I like those videos. I don't. It's like America's Funniest Home Videos when you're a kid. Like the best videos really were the nut shots, but of course they always have to choose something else just because they can't say, well, a nut shot's going to win every single week.
Well, I'm glad that there's no Bob Saget hosting them anymore. Just saying.
Oh, you ever see that movie Idiocracy?
Idiocracy. I have, yeah.
You remember when they all go to the theater? It's like the greatest movie of the year, winner of 25 Academy Awards. Butt. It's just a picture of a guy's butt farting. Everybody's just laughing.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I actually don't remember that part.
It was. It must have been a commercial or something, but I just remember this because here it is just
I
a picture
sort
of a
of
guy's butt and then
recall.
farting.
I remember when the guy's talking about he's baiting. Somebody was
Oh my god!
knocking on the door. Was like, "Go away! I'm baiting."
Oh, that movie's amazing. It really is. It's so bad. It's
Was
good.
that a Mike Judge movie? Right?
It is, yeah.
Okay, I thought so.
Oh my gosh, he's one of those guys. Is like when you're a kid, you're like, I like his stuff, but I don't fully understand. And then you get to that age, which is about age 23, 24, and all of a sudden, like, oh wait, this all is starting to make sense. Oh crap, all of it makes sense.
Yeah,
He got it right on the nose every time.
yeah,
Every
he's
movie.
good. He's good at what he does. He doesn't do a whole lot of movies, but when he does, they're usually pretty awesome.
Yep. Nobody hears about them, but they're awesome.
It's true. No, they become like cult classics 15 years later. And
Yeah. Oh gosh. I have a guy I work with who, well, in the army, who was just like the biggest Office Space fan. It says it's absolutely 100% true that Office Space is absolutely true. I said, well, you ever work in an office? He says, no, I've never worked in an office in my entire life. I'm like, well, how the heck do you know? And then I end up working at Wells Fargo, and it's like, oh yeah, it really is true. Every last bit of
yeah,
this movie is true.
the movies they tend to be pretty accurate.
Hmm.
Certain movies about certain positions in life.
Hmm.
Office Space, I guess they got that one. I've never worked in an office. Clerks, I can testify to that one being true.
Hmm.
What else
More
was
so
there?
Clerks 1, yeah. Oh gosh, let's see. Idiocracy, I think we'll see how that comes. We won't be alive by that point, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen. Um, but actually, Extract is a pretty good example of like factory work at least, because you
Oh,
always, yeah, he definitely gets the characters right, which I like. King of the Hill, being a homeowner now, yeah, King of the Hill's really got it down. Like with your neighbors, like how crazy they can all be.
I never watched King of the Hill because it reminded me of my redneck family.
Really?
Yes. It reminded me of my relatives, so I just never liked watching it.
I don't know. I don't. We don't really have rednecks up here. Um, we got the sticks, but that's about it. But
Oh yeah, I should activate this Q&A thing in case somebody wants to talk. Sorry.
sure.
There. Q&A,
Yeah.
whoever's watching, if you want to comment, I guess, if you figure it out,
Yeah.
then leave a comment or a question.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Don't ask me.
so Mike Judge, what's he working on these days, do you think? Another
I
movie?
do not know. Let me pull up. This is kind of cool. I can actually pull up multiple screens.
Probably a TV show.
Oh, dude, I can do a triple. I didn't know that. Mike Judge. Let me see. Last time I saw him, he was on the Alex Jones channel talking about how important Alex Jones was. That was pretty funny.
What?
Yeah, he was. He even did like voiceovers. Like I'll throw I have an MP3 player I listen to at work, and sometimes I need to laugh, so I'll throw on like daily news from Seattle, or I'll throw on like like what's the name, like the Alex Jones channel, just start laughing. And Mike Judge does he's doing everything for you to listen to. Pay attention. And then he does all the voices and stuff. His next movie is Punching the Clown. Still punching the clown. So that's as an actor. Let's see.
Punchy the clown or
Uh,
punching the clown?
punching is like I'm actually
Oh.
punching. Um, there's something called Silicon Valley. I know nothing about this. It's got at least 8 episodes with it, and he is the director of it, or he's a director of at least one. He's a creator. Let's see here. I don't know these people. That's kind of sad. Except JT Miller, I've seen him before, but I don't know these people as well. Oh well. So there you go. He did a TV show, and it's on 3 seasons so far. So that's not bad. He's doing well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now that we talked about Mad Max and the destruction of human intelligence, did I just say Mad Max?
Yeah.
Judge. I'm sorry. Well, let's talk about Mad Max. Destruction of human intelligence. Oh my gosh.
Segue.
Oh man, total failure segue. My gosh, I'm tired.
I watched it yesterday, actually.
How you feel?
It was all right. If you like watching weird cars driving around for 2 hours.
Mm-hmm. I watched it with an 18-year-old, a 34-year-old, a 59-year-old, and then we met up with 2 other people, one who was 63 and the other one who was about 50. And the general consensus with that entire group was that it was not a movie they liked.
Yeah.
They thought the stunts were really cool. They thought the rock and roll player was really cool. And in the end, they're just like, but I didn't really like it for some reason. And me,
I thought it was all right, but I mean, the action is fun. It's way over the top, but
yeah,
that's what the movie has to offer is action.
yeah. Well, I found when I started thinking about the movie about a day later, then it really started bothering me. But the thing is that regardless of what bothered me, what I love is the fact that he doesn't explain anything. Like,
Yeah,
there's no explanation in the whole
sure.
movie. You just have to kind of figure it out, and that was kind of nice.
Yeah, I agree. I
Yeah.
like that they didn't pander to the audience at all.
No, not one bit. There's a lot of on the nose symbolism and stuff like that, but I'm not even gonna get into that tonight. But it's just like, okay, I definitely see where he's going. But the coolest thing is that every single moment in the movie was epic, which is really weird. You know what I mean? It was like he made the movie so that you can remember it almost scene for scene as to how important every scene was, and that's kind of nice to see.
Yeah, no, I mean the craftsmanship involved was great, and I like that they didn't give us the answers. They just threw us in a world and was like, "This is what the world's like, and you just have to deal with that." We're not going to tell you why. And
No,
then it's pretty much almost nonstop action. So
it
I would
is.
say I found it entertaining.
Hmm.
I don't know how many times I would rewatch it. Maybe once more after a
I think
while.
I think that's fair. I think it's kind of like Kill Bill, the first one. I watched it one time since I saw it in theaters, and that was enough.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, like too much is too much. You really got to just appreciate the movie and just kind of let it be where it's at. But no, one thing I do love about that movie though is that rock and roll, like the guitar player with the flaming, exhaust pipe guitar, blind, hooked up in front of a bunch of speakers, and a 6-man drum beat
You
on the
know,
back of that truck. That
that
was
is
like,
awesome.
it
You
was
know
like,
what was going through my mind every second while watching this fucking movie
hmm.
was, how the fuck did they afford all this? That's what I was thinking. How did they
Happy Feet.
afford all of this?
It was Happy Feet. Happy Feet totally paid for this movie.
Was he involved?
Yeah, he directed Happy Feet and Babe,
George
Pig in the
Miller
City.
directed Happy Feet?
He did.
What?
He totally did. He directed Happy Feet and Babe, Pig in the City.
I knew about the Babe. Holy shit, that's
It's a,
crazy.
Is that not sign of like a really talented director that you're like,
That's pretty damn good right there. That's awesome. So
it
that's how they
was,
afforded everything that they did.
it's absolutely nuts when you sit there and you're just like, George Miller officially has just blown me away as a director because those are like the two most innocent movies ever. And then you see this film, which is just, I mean, all right, if you want to, no, I'm not going into that rant, but I'll say this much. If you listen to Aaron Clary talk about this, Aaron Clary's right, and at the same time, George Miller still made Happy Feet and Babe Pig in the City. No matter what people say about this movie, no matter how much violence there is, no matter how much destruction there is, no matter how many times we see Beast literally fall off of a car at like 50 miles an hour, get up, and still keep going, it still works. It's kind of funny. So the
You know
movie
what?
is
I had two thoughts going through my mind the whole time, and they were both from a aspiring filmmaker point of view.
okay.
The first one, as I said, was how the hell did they afford all this? The second thought that I kept thinking was, how did you write this script? Like, there's like a 30-minute car chase. How do you just write that? Oh, and then the car flips over 8 times, and then the other two cars speed past. How do you write the script for this movie, dude?
I was, you know what actually brought me up was, okay, here's a dystopian world. And in this dystopian world, it's kind of funny. You don't have water unless it's pumped up from an aquifer. You don't have food unless you A, eat someone else, or B, somebody feeds you from some kind of like factory farm. Yet they still have headlights for all the really awesome cars. Like the first thing to ever die in a car is going to be a headlight or the oil change. And they have oil. Where do you get oil or gasoline in
They
a
got
world
the
like
car
this?
situation taken care of. That they ain't running out of fossil fuels. That's
No,
apparently.
definitely not. Oh, it's just it's so funny. But right before we went to go see the movie, we watched the animated feature from the 1950s, Animal Farm. Have you ever seen that?
No.
Okay, Animal Farm was written by George Orwell. It's basically it's like an animated tale or a fable which goes over the beginning of communism. And the story is that this horrible, abusive farmer who doesn't feed the animals appropriately, who treats them like crap, who beats them, he'll kill them for food, take away all their goods. The animals rise up, they take over. You know, they get rid of the farmer. They fight off anyone who comes over to take over, and they establish a fair society. And in this fair society, what happens is that one pig, Snowball, writes the rules and everything is okay. Basically, he's Lenin, and then all of a sudden, what happens? Napoleon, an evil pig who raises his own attack dogs, has Snowball killed off. He takes over, and he basically creates, a communist party that's similar to that of communist Russia. Well, the funny thing about Mad Max is at the very end, because I watched Animal Farm before I saw this movie, and then I get to Mad Max, and I'm watching Mad Max, and at the very end, the scene where they take over the city and she releases all the goods. It's like, holy shit, this is exactly where Animal Farm began. Mad Max ends, Mad Max ends where Animal Farm begins. It's like, oh crap, now I'm really depressed. Because no matter what good came from the movie, all I could think of is Napoleon. Where's Napoleon? Will he kill was it Furiosa? That her name?
Yeah.
Yeah, will he kill Furiosa and basically just take over and create a whole new, dictatorship? Just kind of funny.
We'll have to wait for the next one, I guess,
I guess so.
to find out the answers to that question.
Oh yeah, it's just kind of funny though to have been watching Animal Farm before this movie, and then watch this movie, realize it ends right where Animal Farm
That is
begins.
pretty particular. I wish I
Yeah,
had watched the other Mad Max movies. I haven't seen them in a long time. I should have done that before I went and saw this.
we did that with Thunderdome. We showed it to someone that was going to come with us, but she unfortunately didn't get to make it. But she liked Thunderdome. Uh, but did you notice that Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, that Tina Turner's outfit and hair is the exact same as Ricardo Montalban's from Star Trek 2, Wrath of Khan?
I guess that's a good point. But which one came first?
I think it was Wrath of Khan came first because that was made around 84 and released in 85, and I think Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome was 1986, which it kind of makes sense because the hair was longer in Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome than it was in in Star Trek 2. To think, what was it? Star Trek 2 came out the same year as Tron and as what was the other one? Is Blade Runner? Like, talk about three great
Maybe.
movies made at one time.
I've seen Tron
Oh, it's a great movie.
and the sequel or whatever that was.
You mean the Disney adaptation of Tron?
Yeah, that one. That's the one.
I
Uh,
I the one thing I have to say about that movie is the visual effects were so beautiful, but the story was just so dumb.
the visual, the look of the movie was great, but I went and saw it in 3D, and the 3D was lame.
Really?
Yeah.
It's been the gimmick though, hasn't it? Like, I was actually about to watch Mad Max in 3D.
Oh, really? Yeah, the only good one that I've ever seen that blew me away was Avatar.
Really?
3D. Everything else has always just been like meh.
Well, that's the thing that always kind of bothers me is that 3D doesn't translate to the home as well. You can always get like the 3D version of whatever it is, but you have to have the red and blue lenses in order to do that. I just never have them to do that.
I have those the the colored lenses. And there's some YouTube videos that I watch with them on, but it doesn't look good though most of the time. Like
No.
there's this one video by DJ Swamp that I like to watch. It's a good song. It's videos in 3D, and there's like some scenes where it's just like, whoa, that's good 3D. But then like most of it is just blurry and ghosting going on. But
Mhm.
once in a while, it lines up just right, and I'm just like, yeah. For 5 seconds, I'm like, awesome.
It's like, wow, he's disorienting me so I could see this one 5-second piece. Great. It only took 2.5 minutes to get here.
Totally worth it.
Yeah. Well, that's up there with like Jaws 3D. Your favorite shark in the world, your favorite situation in the world, in the worst Jaws movie ever made until Jaws 4.
Until just fun. I'm glad that they stopped.
They have and they haven't though. They want to keep going back to Jaws, but they have to now just call it like Sharknado, or they have to do like Deep Impact or whatever that
Well,
was.
they still do shark movies, but they fucking just fucked up the Jaws franchise so bad that they're just like, let's just stop. I literally just bought it. I have the whole franchise right now.
Oh
I
no,
just bought
really?
it like 2 hours ago.
Oh man, that's terrible. I'm
I
sorry.
got to talk about them at some point.
Oh, I love the fact that you now own Jaws 3, Jaws 3D, and you're gonna have to see that scene where it's coming at like Louis Gossett Jr. underwater, really slow. There's no movement, and all of a sudden the
I
mouth
know.
opens.
Jaws 3D is. I think if you've had enough tequila, it gets better.
Tequila, you're gonna need more than tequila. You're gonna have to mix that tequila with some absolute vodka, throw in some Everclear, drink at least
No,
3 beers
just
on top.
3D is not that bad. I'll have a look. I'll have a Long Island iced tea. I'll be all set.
Actually, one thing that when it comes to 3D, one scene that really astonishes me for 3D, and I don't know why this one stands out, is in Friday the 13th 3D when it's the scene with all the clotheslines.
Yeah, I know that scene too.
Yeah,
It's a good one.
it looks so good. Like those clotheslines, it just adds such a good depth right there.
That was a really complicated shot to get too. So the fact that they got it and it made it into the movie and it looks good is actually kind of a small miracle.
It's really amazing because that fat suit that the shop owner is wearing looks terrible, but that actual scene looks so good.
Yeah.
Oh man, I have to watch that movie all the way through, but I always stop just to look at the 3D for that one scene, which is sad. Yeah, to think that that complicated. Well, who knows? I don't know. You know what movie they did need to make in 3D though?
Tell me.
Equilibrium.
In 3D?
Yeah,
Yeah, I could see that. Well, I mean, most of the time it's not necessary.
that's true.
But when you get an action scene, then it would have been cool.
Oh, definitely. Or oh gosh, I saw Batman Begins at the IMAX when that came out. I think that would have been really great in 3D.
What
Just
else? We're like, oh, the next Killer Clowns movie, if it ever gets made, is supposed to be in 3D.
That would be amazing because that's a movie that would work
It's
great.
literally in the title. Like that's the name of it: The Return of the Killer Clowns from Outer Space in 3D.
Oh man, what was it? I just read something today. Someone posted something. I think it was they're gonna do like Big Trouble in Little China Part 2 or something like
Yeah,
that.
I saw that today.
Yeah, what was it? The girls from Halloween or something like that. They were the ones who posted it. I just saw that
Yeah,
and thought to
yeah.
myself, why ruin such a good thing? Why would you do that?
It's isn't it kind of sad that a movie or a franchise can go like 30 years untouched, and then all of a sudden, like, hey, we need to like make money off this again.
Hmm. Oh yeah, they do that all too
Like, it's
much.
been 30 fucking years. Leave it alone.
I know. Well, how many people have been bitching and moaning about all the remakes and all the sequels and all the revamping. I mean, they have Poltergeist in theaters again,
Yeah.
and I want to see it. That's the sad part. Actually, like I'm the problem. It's not the theaters because they know they're gonna make movie
I
out of it.
have like maybe 5% interest in seeing it,
Yeah,
but that's it.
that's okay. It's not Wolf Cop, and that's what matters the most. Have you seen that one yet?
No.
Okay. All
I've heard
right.
of it though. I like the title.
It's exactly what you expect, but I've said this to Jay Bond. There's this scene I called the budding wolf penis scene, where literally a guy is peeing, you see the penis peeing, and all of a sudden it blows up with the hair underneath it.
Oh my god, I'm never gonna watch this movie.
Okay, well you've been warned, so at least you know that before. Like I didn't know that was gonna happen, so it's just like, and luckily I was like playing my bubble breakers on my device that I have in front of me, but like I hear my wife, she's like, "Oh crap, did I just see that?" It's like what? She says, "Exploding wolf penis."
Not as awesome as it sounds.
No, it's not.
That's almost like one of those things where just you hear about it, you're like, that's something I gotta see. But when you think about it, like, no.
No, there's so many movies you don't. Prime example is Zombie Ass Toilet of the Dead. I still can't believe I watched that whole thing.
See, this is where discretion comes into play. Where you just like, you know what, I'm gonna not go down this road.
That's the problem, though. Somebody
That's
has
how
to
you.
agree
That's
with
how
them.
you see exploding wolf boners
I
when you
know.
just watch anything that comes along.
Someone, well, that's the problem, though. Somebody has to stand up. Someone's got to take the initiative and be like, yes, I will do this. I know it's going to be awful. I know it's going to be terrible. I know it's going to be horrible. But damn it, if Mike Nelson could do his mega movie cheese, I can go ahead and at least stand zombie ass for 2.5 hours. I can go through, was it Human Centipede 2 for $20, which was totally worth it, by the way. Because
$20.
it was so terrible.
Make it 40, and I'll do it.
You know what? I was at AIT and I was just looking for something to watch, and they said, "I bet you $20 you can't watch this movie." I'm like, "You have no clue who you're talking to. Give me that movie."
Yes, but I can't. I, dude, it's sometimes hard for me to watch even like a decent movie because
Hmm.
I've gotten like ADHD a little bit
Hmm.
since using the internet for the past 15 years.
Yep.
Being able to just look up all sorts of stuff on the fly. So now sitting down and watching a movie, I just squirm a little bit. So like if it's a bad movie, if I'm fucking not liking it, oh, you better believe I'm not gonna finish that shit.
Oh yeah.
I've walked out of flicks I've paid good money for. I could tell it was not worth it.
Well, and pretty soon, apparently, you may be doing that again with Halloween Resurrection.
No, I have to do that though.
Yeah, you do.
I have to watch that movie one more time.
Yes, you do. And here's the question: can you pull a Pap and actually do a positive review of the movie for the first time
Fuck
ever?
no, no.
No, never. You can't challenge yourself to find the one little pebble one little nice little piece of
Oh, you
quartz.
want me to
Not
find
even
one
gold.
one good
One
thing
little piece of
about
quartz.
Resurrection?
That huge, just sloppy piece of shit movie.
I've promised that I will try to find one good thing about Halloween Resurrection when I watch it. I'm
It
gonna
can't
have company when I do that. I'm gonna have my Patreons.
be
My
nice.
Patreons. They're gonna watch it with me, I think, because they're the ones that made it happen.
That's good. How many people is that you're gonna have do that?
I don't know, two to four probably.
That's cool. That's a good way to go. Damn. You
Yeah, I
got any
didn't.
special prizes for them?
No, this is it.
Oh, okay. See,
Well, the price, the ones that pay a certain amount, they get to like hang out on Hangouts with me sometimes.
mm-hmm.
Which I'm still working out the details of because you can only have like fucking 10 people on Hangout.
Yep.
So those will be the VIPs, I guess.
Well, you could always do it interview style where you do one person at a time. That way, you don't
Ain't
get
nobody got
bombarded.
time for that shit.
Yeah, that's
We're
what
in a
they always say.
business over here.
That's true. I ain't got no business. I ain't got no business with that.
Anyway, so yeah, Halloween Resurrection. I didn't know I would have to do it this fucking soon. I thought it would take a little while before we reached that goal.
No,
Caught
people
off
like
guard
being
here. I'm sweating. Oh fuck! I have to watch Halloween Resurrection. Fucking
like.
Busta Rhymes. God damn Busta Rhymes. I don't even dislike him, but he does not belong in the Halloween franchise.
All right, wait a second. Wait a second. I'm gonna stop you right there because here it is. You're bitching and moaning about Busta Rhymes, who was actually really enjoyable in that movie compared to everybody
I don't
else.
agree. Yeah, I strongly disagree.
I like him. I didn't say I liked him as a character. I just like him, the actor.
I like him as a person, but
But you're totally ignoring the fact that literally they had a teenage audience suggest that Michael Myers gets shot in the ball with electrodes. Of all the things that you're going to complain about, they literally take our favorite horror villain, the Shaved, pure evil, the boogeyman, and they're going to have him shot in the nuts and like ball electrocuted.
what? When did that happen?
That was originally what happened with the movie. Is that the audience looked there like, oh yeah, shoot him in the nuts and electrocute his balls.
How do you know this?
I read up on shit,
How do
man.
you know this? You
How
were
do I
the
know
one that
this?
suggested it,
I
weren't
had
you?
this.
That's how
I
you
had this.
know.
I had this amazing thing. It's called Google. You should try it out sometime.
This Google you speak of
Yes. What is this Google? I thought we had Lugal.
sounds
Which
suspicious.
uh, which reminds me, I saw Hot Tub Time Machine 2 the other day.
Is that out?
No,
Nope.
actually,
Oh,
you have to pay for it, so it's not like free on like Amazon Prime. So I think you can get
is
it
it
for
again?
$2.99 on Amazon Prime, and you can buy it for like $10 or $15 or something like that. So we saw it, and it wasn't worth it.
Oh man, I want to see it too. Don't tell me shit like that.
Well, here's the thing: what you got in the first movie is not what you get in the second movie. What you get in the second movie is Lou being a dick, and everyone around Lou hating Lou the whole time. Whereas in the first one, each person had their own story arc that was a little more interesting. And that's really what happened. They just focused on Lou a little too much, I think.
Hmm. Is he the guy, the bald dude?
Yeah. And he's
Hmm.
funny as hell. I mean, he really is a funny guy. I mean, did you ever see Warm Bodies,
Uh-uh.
the zombie romance movie?
No, sir.
If you're going to watch that movie, watch it for him because he's actually really awesome.
I don't know if I'm gonna watch it.
Here's the thing that's actually a really good movie. It also has, what's his name? Nux from Mad Max, the Death Boy or whatever it is that joins the girls.
Okay.
He actually plays the zombie in that one. He also plays Beast in the X-Men movies. It's actually a pretty decent actor.
Nux.
Nux. His name is Nux.
Well, that's not his real name though. That was his character's name.
That was his character's name.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, for a second there, I was like, that's his real name.
No.
Nux.
No. He was an actor who got his start, I think, in About Time with, what's his name? Hugh Grant. Yeah, that's right. That was a movie. And the thing is that he's actually got some pretty decent eyes. Like, it's kind of freaky that this is a guy who's got some like really, really nice eyes. I'm saying this is as a straight guy here, married guys. He's got like some really striking eyes. One second here. If you just look him up on your
Oh,
Google
there's
thing there.
people commenting on my shit, and I didn't even realize.
Oh,
It's not all good though.
oh. Do we suck?
No, I mean we're just us. It's just trolls.
Mm-hmm. That'll be trolls.
It's just that's a weird thing for somebody to choose. Like that's what I'm gonna do in my life. Like, I'm gonna be annoying on purpose.
No, that's okay.
What
Let
a
him be
weird
that way.
life decision to make.
That's okay. Not everybody can have a small dick.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, I'm sorry. They're overcompensating for something. So either they have no brain, they have a small dick, they have a narcissistic personality that needs to be fed. So the troll needs to be fed more and more, and that's about it. It's just part of life, man.
Trying to figure out how I. Oh, here. Let me click this over here. Oh, there. Maybe I found it. Hold up. Oh, I did. Let's see if I can. Somebody says that you're a lame ass. Oh, shit. Oop, there we go. All right, you still there?
I'm here.
I experienced some uh, deja vu just now.
Okay.
Well, I clicked on our own video and then I heard you saying the same thing twice.
Oh, is that happening now?
No, I stopped it.
Oh, okay. So we're lame ass. Okay. Or
Yeah, somebody says what we're a lame ass, and Freddy Krueger says LOL.
okay. Thank you.
Any other topics?
Let's see.
Did we finish up our Mad Max
It's up to
discussion?
you. I don't know.
Did you have more you needed to get off your chest?
Well, dude, do you really want me to? Should I go full guns here? Just both barrels fully open on that sucker? Because I got
I'll give you
things.
10 minutes, and then
All
that's
right.
it.
Number one of the things that really bothers me about this movie is that it's such fucking feminist bullshit altogether. I'm going on a full rant. All right, number one, you've got a bunch of women who are kept barefoot and pregnant inside of a safety room or whatever it is, right? His prizes, as he calls them, whatever he calls them in the movie, right?
His possessions.
His possessions, right? One's a blonde, one's a redhead, one is Lenny Kravitz's daughter, you know, and all he ever cares about is getting his babies. He could give a shit less about the women themselves. They're actually farming women. He's also the representation of a cult leader, use religion to dominate the masses and all that stuff. Then on top of that, you've got the factory farming scene where he's got his factory farm and he's starving the masses and keeping all the riches for himself. So, Furiosa, his lieutenant, turns against him, and all of a sudden they're running away from these people. And of course, everybody's so loyal, they don't think to question once she turns off the road. So, who are his allies, the bad guys? Oh, by the way, old white guy with blonde hair, go fig, and a death mask. He can't seem to breathe, and he's dying. His entire world is dying, right? Okay, so then all of a sudden you've got just his two main cohorts. So you got the bullet farmer, your war incorporation kind of situation. So typically, your religious will be having your war guys go out there, your military industrial complex go after that. And when they're blind and not seeing what's going on, what are they doing? They're firing blindly into whatever, not caring who they hit. Then finally you get your other guy, right? Fat old white guy dressed like a banker who has a gold nose. It's like, okay, this is like every trope that you can think of from the feminist patriarchy perspective. And who are they all going to? Well, they're going to the Greenland, Mother Earth, to go meet up with their fellow. What's the word I'm thinking of? Basically, their mothers is what's
Mm-hmm.
happening. So when they get there, rather than having the factory farm that they have at the previous one, they have heirloom seeds, which will help replant the world, right? But of course, their world was destroyed. They never reached their utopia or whatever it was, that green land or whatever it is. So what happens? they turn back to take over the place, right? Turning the man on himself. And in the midst of this, not only does he not care about anyone who dies around him, but even when he has one of his, prized possession, his precious or whatever it is, he cuts her open and takes the baby out, but the baby is dead too. And all he cared about was the baby anyway. So they go all the way back to the city after basically taking out the bad guy and feeding him to the masses, and then they unleash all the goods that he has onto all the people. And it's like, crap. That's basically like feminism 101 first year at any college right there.
I don't really know much about feminism
That's
because I mostly don't care.
I only looked at it that way because I live next to like 4 colleges. My wife went to an all-girls school. So there's that. I went to Normandale where they had a pretty strong feminist groups and stuff like that too. We live next to McAllister College, which has that too. So like when I'm sitting here listening to this stuff, it's like, oh, seriously, because this is like first year student all over again. I half expected.
I'm gonna join a masculism group.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So like that was one thing I didn't like about the movie. It was just like how on the nose they were. That they're so on the nose that one of the guys actually had a gold nose and was talking about inventory the whole time. Or the bullet farmer was literally wearing bullets like hair. So I thought that stuff was so stupid, and it's like, at least they didn't make it so overt, but at the same time it was also so overt that you couldn't miss it if you just took a second to think about it. And that was what happened to me when it was like towards the end, is like, wow, this really is that. And if you notice, they pull the kid who's a part of the death cult out of the death cult, and who does it? The redhead. But it's not just a regular redhead, it's a woman who dyes her hair red in a world where they have no water for anybody. Which I thought was kind of funny. So
yeah, I didn't really even think about any of that at all while watching the movie because I literally just went in for the action.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing. If it wasn't for the action, if that was all there was, it's just like you could take all that stuff out in this movie. You could literally destroy all that stuff. You could literally have it be a group of women are running away from a marauding death group of rapists. And it would have been the exact same movie, but they had to put all that stuff in there because they felt it would either A, make it more interesting, or B, they felt that they wanted to give a message, or C, they just felt it was important to have more character development for people who have no character development. They're all pretty two-dimensional all the way through. Unless I'm wrong. I don't know. What do you think?
I didn't fucking think about any of that while watching the movie.
Well, there you go. I don't know.
But I just went in to see action. Sometimes I do that.
Well, that was what I was after too. I was looking forward to like the whole like him on the when they're up on the freaking the stilts going up and over and everything like that.
Yeah.
I was so looking forward to that scene because that looks so cool. And it was really awesome actually when they started doing it.
The climax was pretty fun.
Which part of the climax though? Because
the whole thing. That's what I mean though. Like I like that it was a long, very well orchestrated, just kind of like organized chaos on screen.
I just thought it was pretty funny just to kind of go over the whole movie. Just I couldn't get that stuff out of my head, and I was wondering why it was that every other person in the theater was feeling like that. And I realized that the 18-year-old all the way up to that 63-year-old guy, like all of them had the same feeling, which is like those stunts were so cool, it looks so great, but something just didn't mesh. Something was wrong there. I just yeah. Damn it. I said I wasn't gonna go off on that, but I did.
Your 10 minutes are up anyway.
Cool.
Mad Max, case closed.
There you go.
Boom. Apparently the action was good, but it was too feminist.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna say that. Like, it's too simplistic. Feminist is the problem. Because Charlize Theron is actually an amazing actress. I just watched Hancock this afternoon, and she was like the best part of the movie.
She's alright. Remember Aeon Flux? Did you ever watch that movie?
I watched that. It was definitely better than
Ultraviolet.
Ultraviolet.
Those are two whack movies, but I would probably agree that I'd rather watch Eon Flux than Ultraviolet.
Totally, yeah. I watched the Flux because someone said it was a great movie, so I said, okay, I'll watch it because they let me borrow it, and it was okay.
I liked the cartoon better, but I mean that was a long time ago, and it was short, segments of probably 8 to 9 minute
Hmm.
little clips.
Well, that was that French anime style too, right?
Oh, I didn't know if it was. I didn't know what kind of anime, but it was interesting.
Yeah. No, like the difference between like French and Japanese is like the nose and like the features and details. Because the French will actually focus on making the faces kind of bumpy and they'll kind of accentuate the bone structure and stuff like that. Whereas the anime over in like Japan and stuff like that, it's like really small noses, really big eyes, and really small mouths with a pointy chin.
Well, it was definitely not Japanese.
No, it certainly wasn't. But that's kind of the cool part about animation throughout the world, because the French do some amazing animation. Like the
Uh,
Sisters of Belleville and stuff like that.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
Wait, I thought that no, that isn't, or is it?
I don't
Don't
know.
quote me on that. I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong on that. Shoot.
Look
But
it
no,
up.
no. If I look it up, then I'll swipe you off or something here. Nah, it's kind of no, it's pretty great though. I've been watching a lot of French films though lately too. I saw The Very Long Engagement. You ever hear about that?
No.
Okay. Subtitles French movie has Audrey Tautou, who most women, if we have any women in our audience, she did Amelie.
Amelie.
That's right. Yeah.
I had a crush
So
on her for a while.
what's that? You did.
Yeah.
I could see why. She's a very cute woman. Well, anyway, same actress is in the story, and the story is that this woman who had a bad case of polio when she was a kid, she met a young man, and they fell in love. And before they could get married, he went off to World War One. And during World War One, he and I think it was 5 other prisoners had all injured themselves. One accidentally, the other ones by on purpose. So they were sent up over the front, over the barbed wire, up over the ditches, basically over the trenches, basically to die is what it was. So rather than wasting a bullet, they would send them up basically to just get killed off. So the story is it's 3 years after World War One, and she's just trying to figure out when did he die, how did he die, did he die? And it's just her following all the clues. It's just this really cool story that kind of goes back over history. It was the same director as City of Lost Children, Delicatessen. What was he did Micmacs. His name is Jean-Pierre Jeunet. And there's also Mark Caro who did the other movies with him, but he's a great director. And the movie is amazing. It's filmed really well. It's got an interesting sense of humor. Great cast. It's the same guy also directed Alien Resurrection. I know you don't like that movie, but
I remember that name from somewhere. Well, I remember it from that and City of Lost Children.
yeah, he's an amazing director. It's just I think you guys are definitely right when y'all talk about how Alien Resurrection just it sucks in comparison to all the other movies.
It's the tone of the movie. It's not. If that was the first one that I'd ever seen, I'd probably been like, "Hey, this is awesome."
Mm-hmm.
But the tone is so drastically different from the other three.
Well, and that's part of that is Joss Whedon, and the other part is Jean-Pierre Jeunet, because Joss Whedon is going to put in his
that's like two auteurs working on a project that's gonna be something.
yeah. I mean, they're both really quirky, so it kind of makes sense that they would collaborate on that piece. But oh well, you can't solve any problems in the world.
Maybe they should collaborate on Jaws 5.
Oh gosh, yes. Or Sharknado Part 4.
Fuck Sharknado. I want some crazy fools to make a weird Jaws 5 that can compete with Jaws 3 in its cheesiness.
Okay, I'm sorry, but in Jaws 4, you had a psychic shark who was actually assassinating members of the family of the shark on the first one.
Not corny enough.
Not corny enough? You have Michael Caine flying a plane that is literally eaten by the shark. Mario Van Peebles is eaten by the shark, and at the same time, when the shark jumps to eat him, you can see the hydraulic lift under the shark.
Sounds like a masterpiece,
It's
actually.
so amazing.
Considering the themes that have been represented in the franchise so far, what would Jaws 5 be? Where would it be set? What would be the plot?
Jaws 5, if we're going to do this, the director, you got to pick out your director first before you even set the tone. And I'm going with Gulager.
Gulager. Oh,
Yes.
okay. All right, I'm down. Consider it done.
Okay, so first of all, you're going to get a lot of inappropriate nudity. There are going to be video cameras in the most inappropriate spots.
Why not?
And his wife is either going to get screwed in the mouth.
By Jaws. This time he rapes too. He's become
He's a rapist and he eats them.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He's a double threat, that Jaws.
Because that's like, did you ever see like Feast? And it's like the scene where all of a sudden Big Mama like.
I have unfortunately seen that scene you're speaking of. Yes, I remember
like,
watching it with my fucking family. I didn't know this was going to be a part of the movie, guys. Sorry, I really had no idea.
The worst part is though, that's his wife.
I know, right?
She agreed to it. It's like, this is Clu Gulager's son. And we are watching him literally mouth fuck his wife.
Yeah, he's probably behind the camera beating it, going, "Yeah, action."
I'm baiting.
Fuck her harder.
Stop it,
Keep rolling. I'm baiting. We have to go take 34. You ready for another round, baby? All right, action.
So I'm just like, you got to have that. All right. So that it's going to be absolutely just, there's no holds bar. It's going to be basically John Waters meets the director of Zombie Ass Toilet of the Dead. Because there's just no getting around that. It's just insane. There's got to be a scene with semen somewhere. Shark semen or mammal semen, it doesn't matter. It's got to be somewhere.
Well, can we pull a double entendre and have the Navy involved?
have them melt into white goo, and yes. And by the way, the shark will have laser beams coming from its eyes.
All right. Get started on this project immediately. I'm gonna write a check, 48 mil. That would be amazing.
I could totally see it. I could see it on the Sci-Fi Channel right now. The special effects would be amazing for 1931.
What would our tagline be?
Jaws 4. He melts semen.
It's 5. Jaws 5. Now you'll be afraid to. I don't know. I got nothing.
Oh.
I was trying to.
Jaws 5. The rapist.
Jaws. His name is Bruce. He actually has a name.
Oh my gosh!
The shark, the mechanical shark's name is Bruce, so it should be like Jaws 5, Bruce the Rapist or something.
Bruce rapes another one.
Because that's way worse than just getting eaten by a shark. You have to be violated by one too, and then you get eaten.
This is turning into like a Family Guy joke all over again.
It totally is.
The way that they would do it too is what they would do is they would set up the whole movie where it's some kind of thing like spring break on the island or something like that. They would take an original cast member who's still alive. Which, by the way, do they have an original cast member from the movie?
Maybe the son. Or no, maybe.
Okay,
Did he get eaten in part 4?
I don't remember. All I know is that you get an original cast member to be like the sheriff of the town, which would work in this situation. And all of a sudden, because they have to make sure that they tie it into some other stupid franchise. For instance, in Piranha, when you have Richard Dreyfuss killed, he's actually the same character he was in Jaws.
Yeah, we can't bring him back.
So what they would probably do is just have like one of the piranhas come up, and all of a sudden the huge shark would just eat the piranha, because they got to make that reference for the sake of saying, "Hey guys, we know that you like these movies." And then all of a sudden, they would just go ahead and like it would just basically be nobody listens to the police officer. The mayor's a complete dickbag. The people still go into the water. The shark just starts eating people, but it's not just one shark now. It's 5 giant sharks and a megatron. And
What are you
then
talking about?
like that's basically what they would do if they were to go ahead and make like a
No, no, no,
reboot.
no, no. We're not doing enough. We gotta have one shark.
One shark? Okay, he's a megalodon
Jaws.
now.
It's Bruce. He's like Jason Voorhees of the sea. He just keeps coming back.
So
Should
when
we
his head
just
goes
call?
on,
Should that just be the subtitle of the movie, Jaws 5, the Jason Voorhees of the sea? I think that pretty much sums it up. But this time he's gonna rape you. That'll be our
oh my
that'll be our like motto. That's our tagline. This time he's gonna rape you.
he'll rape your ass.
You know what? We're getting out of control.
We really are.
We have a question here from somebody named Bernie Brains.
Hey,
So
Birdie
speaking of
Brains.
French guys, you a fan of Jean Rollin?
John Rollin or Jean Reno?
I don't know.
Well, let me take a look first,
It
because I
looks
don't
like
know.
it says Jean Rollin.
I know a Jean Reno. I do not know a Jean Rollin. So let me take a look. Jean.
Yeah, let me hear some titles and then I'll let you know.
Yeah, I'm looking up a Jean Rollin. Like The Nude Vampire, or Un Livre Un Gir. I think it's I don't know how to say it specifically.
The Nude Vampire. I seen that movie when it was called Kiss of the Vampire.
Oh my gosh.
No, that's not right. That's the Nicolas Cage movie.
I was gonna say, yeah. I'm a vampire. I'm a vampire.
I meant the other one with the girl that was like naked through the whole movie. Embrace of the Vampire, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. There's the Nude Vampire. Let me see here. There's Jean René Rollin, who was in movies like The Nude Vampire, Grapes of Death, Two Orphan Vampires, Living Dead Girl.
what's a vampire?
He's a director of 52 titles, so he's up there with like the Charles Band type of thing. He's an actor in 33 movies.
Good for him.
I do not know him, but now that I know his name, I'm intrigued. It looks like it's all that trashy B movie 70s,
I never heard of this fool before, but I'm gonna run right out and join the fan club.
Yes, because that's what we should do. I thought he was going to talk about Jean Reno, but Jean Rollin, why not? The French are always interesting.
So that's all I have to say about that, since I don't know who that guy is.
Well, now you do.
Thanks for the one question, fool.
Yeah, totally like it. Grapes of Death, Two Orphan Vampires. He's married to Simone Rollin. He died on December 15, 2010 in Paris, France. May his soul rest in peace. Let's see. Mentor of
He's never gonna get a chance to see Jaws 5.
He can watch it from heaven, dude. He can watch it from there.
They show that in heaven.
Yeah, they would show that, because we would make sure they show it.
They're like, hey, I know this is heaven and all, but here's a movie about a raping shark.
Here's the most absurd raping shark movie you've ever seen in your life. And all the people up there would cheer, and it'll be Christmas in heaven again. Okay, Living Dead Girl now. I'm taking a look at this. This is made in 1982. Which makes you wonder if that's where,
oh, no, that is where they got it. I can guarantee it.
Oh, my gosh.
That's the Rob Zombie thing he does.
It really does look like his wife. Freaky.
Well,
there you go. Rob Zombie's wife.
Oh.
Sherry Moon. Like the girl on the cover kind of looks like Sherry Moon Zombie.
Oh.
Which is kind of crazy. But then again, she also does kind of look like the girlfriend of Dante in Clerks 2. Kevin Smith's wife.
Oh, Jen Schwalbach.
That's right. I don't know.
I would go. I would go with some Sherry Moon over Jen. No, no offense, Kevin.
No, that's I agree with you. It's just, when they get the long blonde hair and the really dark eye makeup, they all kind of start looking alike, especially if they do the same lip color, which is, rose red. So that's what
You
this
had a
one.
member of White Zombie that looked an awful lot like that.
Hmm. I never got into White Zombie. I listened to their like one disc of theirs while some guy was talking about how the lead singer just taught himself how to draw and he makes these amazing cartoons and stuff like that.
I love me some White Zombie, but I like his solo work as well.
Hmm. Well,
But the early White Zombie, when they didn't know their sound, and you can hear it, like it's really it's like sludge metal,
hmm
sludge doom metal, and it doesn't work. Once I picked up the beat there, got it rocking a little more, and then they got their sound, and then they only made like 2 albums after that.
well, weren't they featured in Ace Ventura?
That was Cannibal Corpse.
Was that Cannibal Corpse? I could have swore that
Fuck
was.
yeah, dude! Because Jim Carrey is a Cannibal Corpse fan for some reason.
I didn't know that.
That's
Did
why
he
they're in
look
the
in it?
movie because
Oh,
he
look.
likes that band. He like really likes Cannibal Corpse for some reason.
Really terrible when you think about that.
It's pretty crazy. Just it seems random because I can't imagine like he's on the set of a movie and he's like getting ready to act silly and he's like in his trailer or something.
Yeah. That's actually kind of funny because it really does make sense that he would listen to that.
What up, J Bone? Welcome to the show.
What up?
Hey, is there anybody passed out in your house right now that we can exploit?
I wish.
Oh, dude.
Right. Oh fuck. All these fucking shits. God damn it. Hold on.
Oh, I got another question. Sorry about the. I'm starting to sound congested because I'm still getting over a cold.
Yeah, you sound like mega. Whoa.
What
You
are doing to
sound.
your mic?
I don't know. I just got this new mic arm, so I'm trying to test it out right now. And
Yeah,
it
you
seems
better
to be
tighten it
wobbly
up.
as fuck, to be honest. It's
It
like a
looks
toddler's
awesome.
head.
But lock that shit
Duct tape
down.
on that thing.
So I know. I don't really
Canadian,
know.
you should
It's
have
kind of
duct tape
cool because I
everywhere.
can put it like here and it works fine. But when I put it like where I want it to be, okay, that's okay. But it seems like it's gonna fall over at any moment. Who
Sounds
knows?
good though. You sound fine.
Does it?
I'm gonna
You know what's
repeat
funny?
myself.
She better show up eventually. Marcy's the one that started this, and then she hasn't even shown up yet.
Oh,
I mean, Bob. My bad. I don't know what to say. Doctor
We
Snowcone.
should just start calling her Marcy forever because it doesn't make sense. Everybody gets confused when you start saying Bob. Everybody's like, "Who the fuck are you talking about?"
Maybe that's her whole plan.
But her name is like, it's not Bob when she comes in the room. So
I know it'll be Gabriella or Doctor Snowcone. What my point being was, she's the one who's like, "Hey, we gonna do a hangout tonight?" I'm like, "Sure." I'm starting it up, and she's like, "I'll be there in an hour and a half." I'm like, "What the fuck? Why did you suggest it?" So
By the
she
way,
should be showing up
nice to
eventually.
see you, Joe. It's been a long time.
hi, buddy.
How you been?
Been doing pretty well. Just kind of watching insane feminist insanity, but that's about it with Mad
Look it.
Max.
Speaking of the fucking devil,
Oh, right on.
Hey,
what are we supposed to call your ass? Can't hear a word.
No
Girlfriend.
words.
Nope.
What about now?
Oh, there we go.
man.
I didn't have this up. That's what she said.
Look at this is a historic moment because we're actually seeing her on video.
Hey, she's moving.
That's
She
so
isn't
weird.
a picture.
I just got this laptop like yesterday, so.
Oh, awesome.
We're gonna break it.
And you got a bald ass chair too.
No, this is my ex/roommates. I'm in the storage room, by the way.
That's the best place to film.
It looks
Hell yeah.
like you're just in an undisclosed random dark
Location.
location.
Rape house.
Except it's been completely
Shed.
disclosed the moment she said where she was.
She's at Jaws 5's rape house.
He
Oh
has
my
no-
god.
All right, let me bring you guys up to speed on what we've been talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, it's been so long. Hi,
Yes,
hi Joe, hi
everybody say
Joe.
hi.
It's nice to actually see you. See you.
I know. It's nice to. Well, I've always seen you guys, so.
I know, but it's so weird. We have facial expressions to react to. It's so nice.
It is much
watch out.
nicer.
Hey, Chucky is right behind you. Watch out! I swear to God, it's Charles Lee Ray. Okay.
It's downstairs. I've got all my autographs downstairs.
She's not afraid of Chuck. You should be.
I used to be. I used to, like, whenever I would go to the video stores, I used to just turn the VHSs over. Like, I flip them over. Anyway, I'm a little drunk, so if you can't tell.
Good.
That's an acceptable thing to
I
be.
wonder, besides Joe,
Hmm.
if any of us have ever done this sober.
Oh, no
Right.
booze.
I'm not certain I have.
I don't think I have. But I mean, I'm not like wasted. I've just been working on a few beers here. That's all.
Yeah.
I wanted to tell you guys about Jaws 5.
I saw that like a long time ago, and I barely remember it. I remember the rape, the rape shed, but other than that,
Did somebody get to this before? We
Yeah,
had a
Joe.
chance? Oh, you were talking about. I was like, you saw a movie where Jaws raped somebody?
Oh my.
yes, it was the Triple X parody. It exists.
Oh yeah. Well, I should have known.
Damn it, we were trying
Yes,
to be
you-
original. We're gonna have it directed by Clu Gulager's son.
Yeah.
Tim or yeah, whatever.
John
John
Boy.
Gould. Johnny.
Or the guy who directed Zombie Ass Toilet of the Dead.
Oh god. Oh, I don't even want to. I saw the trailer of that and I'm like, fuck this. I'm out
I've
of
seen
here.
that movie. I have watched that whole movie.
Is it reasonable?
What's your definition of reasonable?
If you're like in a dorm room on a lot of drugs,
Let's
like
just say
good.
this. They literally have a shit zombie. I'm not
Oh,
kidding. Who comes
This-
out from the toilet, reaches up with a brown stained hand, and starts slapping the ass of the girl who's having stomach problems and is diarrheaing into the toilet, which he's reaching up from. That's
God
right.
damn.
It turned diarrhea
What are
into
you
a-
guys watching over there?
Fucking all that Asian porn.
That's nothing
wish-
to me.
I wish
Like-
there was like that type of aspect to it, but there's not even that because every scene you see a girl you like, there's a worm coming out of her asshole.
That's Japan.
Whoa.
Yeah,
I'm
Japanese
in.
people are
I'm
so
fucking in.
They are.
like they are
I'm
so
already
repressed. They get into the weirdest fucking shit ever.
No, you
Oh
can-
yeah.
Yeah, like you think tentacle porn is pretty hardcore. This movie literally has people walking ass backwards with worms sticking out of their ass. And then they
Well-
literally fly in the air with farts and fight worm to worm, ass to ass style, or ass to mouth even. There was
I'm
ass to
gonna
mouth
actually-
action in that movie.
I'm gonna
Whoa, not
start-
the ATM.
You never go ADM.
You never go. You always go ATM.
Are you?
You've got it all twisted.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna put this on pause for a second. So, gum disease and the Canadian dental health system. How's that all going up there?
Oh, it's all fucked up.
Well, what do you get? You know, it comes from the British in the end.
I'm flossing twice a day now.
We can connect this to horror with the dentist.
Oh, I love that movie.
Or Dr. Giggles. Can we do Dr. Giggles?
Yes, Dr. Giggles.
Wait. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong about this. There was a movie called The Dentist, right?
Yeah, it was
Uh-huh.
like
It was-
96.
It
Yeah, I
had
think it
Corbin Bernstein in it. What's his
Correct.
name? And
Corbin
then
Bernstein.
Dr. Giggles had the other guy from L.A. Law or whatever show that was.
L.A. Law.
It was the same show. They were both from the same show.
Larry Drake. Larry Drake from Darkman 1 and Darkman 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely Larry Drake.
Oh, you know my favorite thing about that guy? He was in a movie called Overnight Delivery with Paul Rudd and Reese Witherspoon. He was the delivery guy that was going to deliver a breakup package to the wife of Ben Stiller. He was actually really good.
That's
That's fucked up.
that's
I know.
something.
Well, I like the movie because it's in Minnesota and I live
Look at how scary his eyes are.
in... Does he have the big Band-Aid?
No, but those
No,
two were on
he
a
had
show
the big,
together back in the
the
80s.
big price tag on his
And
forehead.
on the show, I think it was L.A. Law, I swear to God, Dr. Giggles dude played a mentally ill character. So that's
I
where
don't even know if I've ever seen that.
I knew him from, as this like, childlike, mentally ill character, and then all of a sudden he's in Dr. Giggles and killing peeps, and I'm just like, whoa.
Well, he was also a mentally ill, or he was an idiot, I guess you could say, in Night of the Scarecrow. He was semi-retarded. That's not
Really?
politically correct, but yeah, he was in Night of the Scarecrow. He was the childlike, giant kind of guy, the adult or whatever, who gets killed and ends up taking his revenge on the townsfolk that killed him.
Yeah.
Pretty good in
Interesting.
that. Yeah,
That movie is actually on YouTube, I believe.
check it out because you won't recognize him at first because he's so skinny in that movie.
I don't think
Like-
I'd recognize him when he's fat.
That's fair. You got to check out. Was it Night Asylum, Silent Night, Night at the Asylum with?
Night at the
Judd-
Asylum?
Yeah,
I remember that movie.
yeah. It kind of freaked me out when I first saw it, but then now I realized it was probably awful.
Oh, it was so terrible. That's
Was
the
it?
one
Okay.
where they're just like, they're in an asylum and it goes black and they have to like go to like another corridor and that's like the big event of the whole movie.
That's right, Dark Asylum. That's right.
Dark Asylum, that's
Yeah.
it.
Has
Sounds like a really shitty cube.
Yeah, and it's not even that old. I think it's like within the last 6 years.
I got the information here. This movie was in 2001. It has Paulina
I'm wrong.
Potskova, Judd Nelson, and Larry Drake.
Judd Nelson.
He's an amazing actor.
He is.
What was he good in recently? There's
uh,
something.
Boondock
was-
Saints 2.
There was like another horror movie that we saw him in like Nurse 3D. He was actually really good in Nurse 3D. Not bad.
Was that the one with the what's her
With
name?
Paz de la Huerta
There you go.
from.
They're already up to
Lost Empire.
3D.
Yeah, you'd actually probably like that one.
The whole franchise or just the one movie?
There's only one of them.
Oh, I thought there was like a few of them.
No,
No,
it's just the 3D's just a gimmick.
It's just
Oh.
called Nurse, but sometimes it's called Nurse 3D.
Okay, so yeah, I heard of Nurse. I had never heard of the 3D version, so I was like, oh, they're up to 3 already?
Now there are some pretty solid kills. There's some good practical effects, and I think you might enjoy it. I want to see what you would think about that one because it's another modern day horror that could go either way. You either like it or you don't.
Well, I'll definitely check it out eventually. I've been delving into a lot more stuff lately.
That's
I know,
how
and
lot of
it's
movies.
awesome. I love seeing that.
That's how I feel about the movie Clown. Eli Roth's Clown.
Don't you tell me anything about it. See it.
Is it as good as Clown House?
There's definitely some superiority in this movie to Clown House.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Yeah. Actually, now Clown House, I'm thinking, was it Fun House or Clown House that was directed by the director from Jeepers Creepers?
Toby Hooper, I know, did the Fun House.
He did the Funhouse, so Clown
Yeah.
House must be Victor.
Oh, let me double check this because
Huh.
that
Yeah,
that director is a creep bag, man. Not too-
creep bag.
Oh, he
What
told
a
you,
creep bag.
Victor Salva, dude. All right. If you ever, do
He
you
did
guys?
time in
He did some
prison.
serious time, yeah, for molesting little boys. Number one.
Oh,
Number two.
that's like a big deal.
Yeah, he molested a kid. He admitted to it. And now, if you look at his movies, every one of his movies are usually a monster chasing after a bald, naked, shirtless boy, usually about teenage level between the ages of 14
Jesus.
and 21.
He made powder.
He made
Just to
powder. And
Remind everybody of that.
then,
Oh
if you-
yeah.
now, if you watch the movie Jeepers Creepers 2, you realize that all the victims are men, teenage men mainly,
He likes the guys.
and most of them have their shirts off. It's really kind of funny when
You
you
know
watch
what?
the
As
movie.
a kind of,
I never saw Jeepers Creepers 2.
I guess it
That was the
depends on
first one.
I like
if it's your
Jeepers
sexual
Creepers.
orientation. I mean, you're gonna cater to it.
Well, and then you look at Justin Long too, in the
Oh,
first
he's in.
movie.
Oh, I thought he came back in the sequel. Because I know he died. Oh,
He's
Spoiler.
in a flashback in the sequel.
oh, okay.
Sorry about that.
No, but the Victor, after getting out of prison, he then directed Peaceful Warrior, which is based on The Way of the Peaceful Warrior by Dan Millman in one of my favorite books. And it's a good fucking spiritual movie. But it's weird to be like, this guy that did prison for that was like, I guess he was like, I learned my lesson, so when I came out, I wanted to make a clean movie.
Oh my gosh.
I believe
Okay.
him.
All right. First of all, just kind of get back into mode here. It was Clown House that
Clown
Victor saw.
House.
Yes, and by the way, that also has Sam Rockwell in it.
Of course it does.
Sam
I'm not even
Rockwell.
surprised. He's in every fucking movie.
Yeah.
If you look
That's
hard enough. It's like a
He's an
game.
amazing actor.
Just find Sam Rockwell in the scene somewhere. He'll be there.
Oh,
He's the
there he
Nicolas
is.
Cage of the teens.
Hey, we got a question up here. It's been up a while, so I figured we should probably answer
Okay.
Fine.
it. Wow.
Fuck.
You're so ecstatic to answer your question, viewer. Thanks for watching. Joanne's Wally?
Joanne Wally.
That's
Kilmer.
the best you're gonna
Uh-oh,
get.
here we go. Hold on. Before you start. I believe Drunk
What?
Colin's coming downstairs.
We're coming!
Here comes
Oh.
Drunk. I'm sorry.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What up?
We're coming. What are you doing?
Get on his lap.
You're not even in the screen.
I am. You know I am.
What up, dude?
Why are you trying to listen to it? You can't listen to a closed fucking ear.
So what were you guys partying about? Was there a special celebration?
Yeah, it's fucking his birthday.
Oh.
But
Okay.
he was arguing upstairs, so I'm like, fuck this, I'm not arguing with you guys, I'm just gonna come downstairs and not do anything. I'm gonna go on fucking hangouts.
Oh, that's the first time
So
we've ever heard
cute.
pussy on the show.
Oh.
This has been a long time coming. Get out of here. He's gonna bite my fucking neck.
He is. He won't.
No, he can bite
I
you.
love that we just had a cat on
I
the
can
show.
hear him
That's awesome.
screaming.
Wow.
I better not get PETA called. That's all I wanted to say.
Get him away from me, seriously.
He's fine.
And hold on, we're live.
I know.
So fuck off. Jesus, put him down. He's gonna bite somebody on live TV.
It'll up the views. Keep.
Yeah, keep it. Look at all the views.
Look, what happened to
All that views.
Dr. Bob? Oh, there she is.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that was.
Actually gonna bite you. Drop him. Fuck, you're crazy. You're fucking insane. I apologize.
Hey, I wish I could tell him to throw the
And this
cat.
fucking thing is fucking wobbly as hell.
Yeah,
I'll
no.
tell you.
It's like just pretend, dude. Jay, just pretend like you're in an '80s horror movie and like
I
go
feel
and
like
make the noise and then have the cat thrown on you.
I know. Like every second.
Nah.
Oh, thank God. You're listening to the cat and not the kid.
Get off my goddamn desk. Well, this is
Happy
getting
birthday,
man.
dude.
Stuff.
Tell him I said that.
This is stupid.
Y'all Canadians sure know how to have a good time.
God, don't
Thank
we?
you.
I'm sorry.
we lost Joe. He's just like, fuck these people.
Yeah.
I know, he's left. Here,
Yeah.
let me try and figure out if I can get.
The chat thing to work.
Give me
Is that-
1 second. You guys continue doing your thing. I need to figure out so that Colin can hear what's happening.
Right on.
We're gonna answer this question then that I was trying
So-
to.
Fine.
It says, have you guys
The
ever
fuck
seen
question?
Erie, Indiana? Yes, I have. It's
Erie,
the
Indiana?
TV show. Yes.
Hell yeah.
If you haven't seen it, you don't know what you're missing out. It's kind of silly, but it's still very cool. Yeah, didn't that show only last like one season, right?
2.
It lasted 2 seasons.
I'm pretty
Oh.
sure 2 or 1. I don't.
Do you want to bring my?
I want to say 1, but maybe we should look it up and know.
Hold on,
Bring
I'm doing
some
that right
actual
now.
Facts to the discussion. Do we have a bet?
I'm looking it up right.
Let's do a bet real quick. Like, if I win, then you have to
Okay.
lick the
Oh, it was
camera.
only one season.
That means you have to lick the camera. I win.
Sorry about that.
It says hold on. Only 19 episodes.
You're with. Is that who's chick? What chick is that?
Yeah, I remember the show. I'm not. I don't remember like a lot of details.
Yeah, me neither. It was so long ago.
I just
What
remember
show?
that I watched it and I liked it.
Erie, Indiana.
Oh, I didn't watch that one. I remember it was goofy. It was around the time of R.L. Stein's thing, right?
Yeah, definitely around that like early to mid 90s era.
Yeah, that was 93, I think.
I think it was
90,
early.
yeah. Well, the show started in 91 and it ended in 93.
Okay.
What? It
Yeah.
only went one season that lasted 2 years.
Yeah, it's weird.
Fucking weird.
Wasn't that
It really is
Canadian
eerie.
production?
Huh?
Wasn't that a Canadian production too?
Let's see.
Shit.
It says
Just off memory, I want to say it could have been.
Because that would have come out around the same time as the R.L. Stein stuff. Are You Afraid of the Dark?
I remember it being 91-ish.
Just get headphones. Just get his headphones.
What is happening over there?
yeah, like
It's like a reality show. Let's just all watch.
let's see.
Hey.
I'm so riveted by. At this point, I want to know if you guys have found the headphones.
I have found my headphones. What we needed to find was like a splitter to split the input.
Yeah.
What's gonna suck is he can't speak because like now I got this cool ass arm. It's made for me to be this close now. Too bad, Colin. Fuck you. You get. So he's upstairs looking for headphones.
Watch out for that cat. He'll throw it any minute. I'm telling you.
That was bullshit. He was like laying on my DVDs. He laid on Dr. Giggles. Dr. Giggles is like broken. Like I will fucking murder him.
It's his birthday. You just accept it.
That's
I
okay.
know.
Dr.
Whenever
Giggles
they're
has a
giving
stomach
shit.
pump for anything he leaves behind.
He
Was
he
there ever-
does.
Was there ever any
Brutal
sequels to that movie, or was it just the one?
I think it was just one.
Yeah.
And I heard there's like 8 really awesome practical effects. I haven't seen it in like since I was 14.
Fucking
It's gonna
same.
get so much better now that you're older.
go. Okay,
I
go
rented
get a
it.
chair.
Oh, did you?
I don't
Is it
remember.
his
Yeah, go get a chair. So now we have headphones in it. We're getting in here.
Yay! This
Here we
is
go.
how we do it.
Just, I guess I basically am not going to use this mic stand anymore. Because now I have to turn the fucking volume up.
Oh, dude. You know what? Check out my situation right over here. Look at my situation.
Your fucking mic is sick on a light stand.
It's on. Yeah, it's on my.
And it's like breaking as you're like doing it. Oh
Well,
god.
look, it's just
It's my
hangs
mic
there.
fucking-
Check it out, but it won't fall. It's all good.
Honestly, if I could turn my mic or my camera on itself, you'd see exactly the exact same situation.
You need a mirror like this one.
It's
Oh,
attached to.
snap.
Hold on.
Oh
I'll
my
show
god.
you. It's attached to one of these. Can you see this?
Speak.
It's attached to like one of those like arms. You see what I'm pointing to?
Yeah.
This thing. But like on a light stand that looks like one of these.
You have a electric drum kit.
Yeah, it's my roommate's.
Is that? Oh, I was gonna be like, is
He
that
doesn't
for
use
like
it.
when somebody makes a bad joke?
Boom, boom. Shh.
Just rim shot real quick.
There's
You have a
just
guy
like a
on
ton
hand.
of shit. Look at how complicated this room looks. It's
It
not
I think
really.
you've overcomplicated it.
But yeah. And then we pretend like we're in a very small office. That is my goal here. Ba-boom.
Illusion achieved.
Okay, so what is the coolest horror thing that you have seen in recent news?
The coolest?
Like
the horrific thing that I've seen in the news, or horror movie related item in the news?
horror movie related
Yeah.
item in
I
the
was
Let's
gonna
not talk about
say, seeing a
horrific
bunch of people
things.
being beheaded, that's the last thing I saw in the news, so I think that's pretty horrific.
yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. Horror-related item, movie item. There's going to be another destruction porn known as San Andreas coming out.
Oh.
Yeah, because I haven't seen that movie enough times.
Gosh.
Asylum is also doing a mockbuster of that already called San Andreas Quake, and I have a screener for it, and it looks terrible.
That's the worst.
Were they making it at the same time? Is that how they roll now? There's like
Every time.
No, what I think they do is they just make something and they change the name at the last minute to suit whatever's happening.
oh,
So they're going to make a
that's actually
disaster
way
movie.
more smart.
They're just like, oh, we're always making disaster movies. It's just whatever comes up next, we'll just we got it. What are you plugging in?
So taking things back to
Here. Have
back
headphones.
to the beach. Jaws is going to get re-released apparently.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So I would actually fucking love to see Jaws on the big screen.
How am I gonna get you in here?
I'd love to, sorry to if I'm offending anybody, but I'd love to just roast a bull in the theater and watch it as it happens.
That'd be dope.
Hello, Colin.
Howdy.
Nice meme is asking if I've played Five Nights at Freddy's yet, and I haven't fucking played it yet.
I
So,
have.
I would
I'm
love
a
to
huge
make
fan.
right now. So when I say I don't want people on Facebook, I mean I don't want. I would love to have you guys on Facebook. It's wicked, but I'm trying to friends, Twitter friends, Facebook friends.
You're much
It's hard
more
to,
wasted than I thought you were.
It's hard to differentiate. So I'm trying to not get people I don't know on Facebook, so I want people I know personally on Facebook. I don't want random Twitter friends. That's why I'm trying to differentiate, just so you guys know.
Thanks for
Just
clearing
delete
that.
Thank
everybody.
you.
He's just clearing that up.
I'm just
for-
clearing that up, just randomly, guys. I'm sorry right now. It's hard to differentiate the whole thing. So I want to get that clear right now.
Okay, we're talking not about that.
No, I know, but
We're talking about horror movies.
I'm throwing it in there.
It's relevant.
You guys know.
Hey, but you added me, and that,
What's going on, guys?
that made my day, so that's all that fucking matters.
Hey, it's Colin, and he's drunk, and he's celebrating his 27th birthday.
Happy birthday, Colin.
Oh, you
Good on,
young,
guys. It's great to meet you guys. I love seeing you guys.
If I hang out with all you young kids, will I reverse age myself?
Love kids.
I hope so.
Yeah.
That
'Cause you're
sounds
looking
so weird.
rough right now. You're looking leathery, bro.
I love Dragon Ball Z. A few guys.
Oh.
That's why I'm hanging out with you guys.
Awesome.
I mean, one way or another, I need to bring it in there. So
Dragon Ball Z is an
Thank you.
amazing show.
it's hard to nonchalantly bring that in.
You don't have to scream. They can hear you perfectly fine.
Oh, it's not my setup.
No.
It's not. I mean, it's not my
You
setup.
don't have to whisper
The
either.
thing about this is, I remember Jay talking about Colin doesn't want to be drunk on video too much these days.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
he
just-
I'm gonna
You
keep
got
it
a
down.
new job.
it's on my call. That's.
I know, and then all of a sudden he just stumbles in. And he's like, "Let me be on video."
I'm not adding you to Facebook. Fuck you guys.
It was funny. It was as I was rewatching footage, I was seeing you guys. I was like, wait a minute, wait, no. Let me just undo that.
You're alright,
Like,
Colin.
undo that.
You can't scream as much as you are.
I'm saying it.
You're really hurting the internet.
So the truth is that while I was watching the footage, I was like, wait a minute. I mean randoms, not everyone else we talked to. So it was. I'm trying to be picky choosy.
This is still irrelevant to right now.
Yeah, that's
But,
fine.
But
That's
you know
fine.
what? I can add to this conversation because
Yeah. No, but
Okay.
I do just add everybody on Facebook, and while most of them are awesome, once in a while you're just like, oh man. I should probably take it easy on adding all these crazy people. But most of them are pretty cool.
I
So
appreciate like
I'll give it up to that.
so like
Yes, I agree.
The truth is that I'm not trying to be like weird about the social media
He's a
stuff.
diva.
It's that
He is a diva. He's
I get
definitely
it, like
Come
you know,
on.
guys. I love you guys.
Come
I love horror, and it's
It's his fucking hair. It's getting to his
it's
head.
the hair is hard. It just gets in me, and it's not so. But okay, screw that shit.
What were you guys drinking tonight? I really
Honestly,
would like to know.
I love fucking.
I don't know. What are you drinking?
It's
Havana
the
Club.
Havana Club. Like Havana Club is my shit.
What is
I don't
that?
know. What do you mean Havana Club? It's rum. It is
From Cuba.
Cuba, but it is like the light rum. I'm not. It's okay. It's fine. Honestly, I don't care. Like I love you guys. You guys are the best. I love talking to you guys.
Love you too, buddy.
Hey, I think I'm gonna bring this up now before I forget. But like, I'm
Okay.
looking at the video stats, like on your page on the Death Twitch, Eric, and we've already got 10 dislikes and 5 likes.
Oh my god.
What?
On
Yeah.
this video?
Yes, like thus far.
That was calling. No,
F those guys. You know what?
No, it's because you're saying F those guys.
It's like, I was looking
They're
at
the guys
it.
watching.
I was looking at it even before Colin. We had like I think like 4 or 5 like
So
dislikes. already.
Colin has been here for
It's
10
my
minutes
fault.
and got 5 dislikes.
Oh, okay. Well, see you there.
That's honestly just a matter of when
was
you
great
start to
knowing you.
attract enough attention, you just get people that like to show up and be disruptive. That is literally.
Did say they had small dicks. Too,
That's what
by
we
the
were
way.
talking about. Yeah, me and Joe, because I read a comment earlier like you guys are lame, and it's like, oh, this is like the person's life choice to just be annoying to somebody else.
And then I just
Whatever.
said they all have small dicks. So there you go.
They're just bored.
Well,
They got picked on, and so did I. But you know, whatever. He just needs attention and tugging on his mommy's skirt.
well,
There you go.
it's it is what it is. Whatever.
We still love them.
Yeah,
time.
they bring us views. Come on, haters. You're
That's
doing
the
us a good.
thing,
You're
though.
doing us a
Like,
good thing.
I literally do have people that are subscribed just to hate on my stuff.
That's alright.
That's fucking commitment,
Let
dude.
them.
Like I don't even ever do that. What? Okay, one time. One time I did that.
Well, let's be honest though.
though.
Okay. You guys are fans like Alice Cooper and stuff like that, right?
Indeed.
He's pretty
Okay.
neat.
Now you know that Frank Zappa, or it was Zappa who went ahead and sorry, I'm fixing my computer. Zappa's the one who actually discovered him, right? So here it is. Zappa sees this guy on stage, and he's got people throwing bottles at him as he's singing his songs. And Zappa's like, "I'm signing this guy." And the guy next to him was like, "Why would I do that?" And Zappa says to him, "If he can install this much hate in people, he is going to be a star." And look at Alice today.
That's great.
That's exactly
But
it.
that is before the time of the internet when people took up trolling as a profession.
Yeah. That's a good way to
okay.
put it.
That's okay.
Yeah, it is
Everyone.
okay because they're subscribed to me just so they can give me a thumbs down whenever they see a video. But I mean, that's numbers. They're not hurting anything really.
Well, you're all doing pretty good too. When I first met you, you were at what? Maybe 100 subscribers?
Probably less than that.
It was pretty low. Now you're at what?
About to be 27,000 or
Nikes.
20. No, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
2,700. Not 27,000. That's a massive difference.
Well, it will be a mass pretty soon. You're picking up quick though, aren't you?
Well, it's been a slow ride, but I mean, now like I reached the point where it's going on its own.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I've been sick and dealing with a lot of BS. I haven't even made a video in fucking forever, and I just still every day. So it finally got to that point. We lost our party Canadian boys over there.
Those hosers will be back.
Oh yeah, they will.
Somebody's asking Charlie. Charlie's asking, why do you drink alcohol? Anybody want to give this guy an answer?
Why do you drink
Um,
alcohol?
I don't know. It's just like I don't know. It's relaxing. It's fun. It's like taking a bath, or people do the occasional drugs. People like to shoot guns and scream in the air. I mean, shoot and just scream. It's just something people like to do.
Alcohol itself is the foundation of all civilization. Water's never clean until what? The last 30 years itself, it's actually been absolutely clean in the United States. Before that, it wasn't even all that safe. Alcohol is the basis of all purification process for drinks. They drink alcohol regularly. They would double distill beer, where you would have maybe less than 5% alcohol by volume, but alcohol is really important, actually. So if somebody wants to go ahead and make the case like over drinking alcohol is bad, I can see that, but there's nothing wrong with having a nip of the bottle.
Yeah, I agree. I even feel like that my body's kind of gotten so accustomed to it being a part of my diet that I feel like beer, because I don't drink a lot of spirits or whatever, but I feel like beer is kind of healthy drinking in moderation.
I wish I could drink some right now, but I can't.
Hey, real quick, how do you get the chat on your your YouTube page? Like last time when we had that chat on the I think that's like the right-hand side of the screen.
Do you mean the Q&A?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that.
Yeah, go over. I mean, I've got it activated on mine. I would assume if you just go over to the left side of your screen, there's all the options. There's one that says Q&A, literally. Maybe if you click that, it'll open up.
I clicked that on Hangouts, and I've got okay.
But that's
Questions.
just a few people asking some questions.
Yeah, I just remember like when you went on the YouTube page, it would show it on like the left-hand side of the screen. People would like just ask us questions.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how to.
I just turned the chat on with mine, so I don't know if that's gonna help.
Let's see, I don't think I'm
Oh,
on.
now I'm seeing 10 dislikes is quite a bit, actually.
Yeah.
My bad.
Oh no, it was me.
Now, okay, see, I'm seeing the comments underneath the video, though, not to the side.
Yeah, I'm only seeing the comments too.
I wonder what happened to the other fools from Bloodbath. What'd they do? Did the cat get them?
Could happen. Let me see this here.
Wow, we got another person asking about Five Nights at Freddy's in the comments.
I never played it. I know I wrote it down, and I meant to, and I think about it once in a while. I actually do. I was like, I need to try that stupid game because I said I would, and then I never have.
Well, it's from a I play it. It's more like I have more fun watching people play it because of like I personally am not a fan of jump scares. I think it's one of the cheapest, like just one of the cheapest ways of like, scaring people. And the game is full of jump scares though, but if you actually pay attention to the game while you're playing it, like reading the stuff on the walls and like listening in on the phone calls that you get, it tells the story more. It's like because when you first start the game, you're like, oh, it's just like a haunted Chuck E. Cheese, and the animatronics come alive at night and kill you. That's it. It's like more than just that. It's like a deeper story, and it's pretty.
Is it a browser-based game, or do you have to like download?
No, it's more like well, you have to buy it. You can buy it off of Steam. It's PC only, but that's pretty much it. There's 3 of them, and like the 4th one's coming out, I think like Halloween time. And like yeah, a lot of games. Yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's is awesome. I was a Showbiz Pizza kid, and I don't know. That's another reason why I think those games are awesome, is because I was there during that time period of like the like family fun centers with like the pizzerias with the animatronic bands and everything. I think it's a cool thing. And they're just really creepy.
I don't want to pay for it. I don't have the money.
It's not a lot. It's like $7.99. It's not that. And then sometimes but if you have Steam and you get it on like if the sale, you can get it for like pretty cheap, but you have to be on Steam, and yeah, that's a gamer thing. Hey, they're back.
Hey.
Maybe.
Hi.
Hey, okay, so Doug Quinn says, what do you think of Ryan Johnson directing Star Wars Episode 8 and 9? This is the director of Looper, which is actually pretty well directed, and I think
I like it.
Yeah, I'm cool with it.
What did you guys like about Looper?
What did I like less about Looper?
No, what do you guys like about it? Like, what's your best part about Looper?
The part where Bruce Willis got shot.
Spoiler alert!
Come on!
Spoiler alert!
We get it.
Yes.
Well, like, did you enjoy that he got shot, or like was it?
Oh,
more
I'm
fun,
just-
or what?
I enjoyed
I
it.
was,
Come
I
on.
was,
Do not
I was
answer
not
the
being
Marcel.
serious.
Do not answer that. Do not answer it now. I'm
Why
as your
can't we
lawyer, I
see
cannot
you
let you
guys?
answer that.
Spoiler alert! Spoiled.
You know what I like about that movie is the torture scene.
Oh, come
Because it was
on.
just it works so well. It's just like, oh, this is happening. Oh crap.
That was. That was my favorite part. I also like. I've never felt like it was the way it was portrayed was like super creepy. Like before I watched it, it was like, oh yeah, like this is another like Back to the Future kind of movie. But it was like, oh my god, it really hit home. Like it never. It was fucking freaky for myself, anyways.
Yeah, totally.
What do you guys think?
Well, first of all, Eric, have you seen it?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Of Looper?
Yeah.
I like the movie.
I'm not certain.
I like
Yeah.
that it was it's a time travel story, but they boiled it down to a really simple concept, pretty much. So it takes place on a fucking farm half the time.
Yep.
Where, it's like a location where there ain't nothing happening, but yet you're still so involved in everything that's happening. So I like it. And if this is leading over to the question of this guy directing Star Wars, what do I think of that? I'm thinking, can we just make one Star Wars at a fucking time? Can't we just do one at a fucking time?
3 at a time. 3 at a time. Only.
Hey
Oh,
guys,
yeah.
guys, come on. We just need another Lord of the Rings. That's all we need.
I'm really curious.
I went out.
I really want him to just be like it's like I don't know, judging by the trailer, I haven't seen the movie obviously, but I'm excited for what they're giving us. Like they're giving us a whole it's like a new perspective. Like even though I know he's talking about like they're rerunning stuff he's already said in the trailer, like in the movie itself. But I want to know like where they're going with this, like where J.J. Abrams is actually trying to take it. I'm very excited. I haven't there's no spoilers for me. Like I don't know what's actually happening, but I want to know like what are you trying to get at?
Jango Fett is gonna destroy everybody.
Nah, no way.
Yeah, he's
I don't
gonna
think he's
have
gonna be in it at all.
He's gonna have his
Jar
own
Jar
clones. He's gonna have all of his own clones just fucking attacking everybody and say,
Oh.
"Fuck y'all."
He's
And then he
was
gets eaten
eaten
by a
the
giant
Sonic
asshole.
pit. Come on now.
I don't give a shit. That was Boba.
That's Boba.
Yeah, but it was him.
Yeah.
It was him.
It wasn't a giant vagina with teeth.
Hold on. Yeah,
it
yeah,
looks
basically,
like a
have you
anus.
seen that on Netflix? Can you tell me right now? Is our video black?
You are black.
Yes, it
Yes,
is.
I was about to
God
bring
damn it.
that up.
I
I
didn't want
didn't
to
want
be
to say
racist.
anything because
You were gonna bring it up? Well, that's racist.
Well, you guys were talking. I didn't want to interrupt. Be an asshole.
I see how it is.
Yeah.
That's right.
Another
Shows-
gone.
shows-
I like the way these guys operate.
Oh,
Use
it's
it in and out.
Dude, you know what? To be honest, I'm gonna say this about the new Star Wars movies, because a lot of people are talking about them and they're really excited, and I'm not really excited. I'm just hoping that when I have kids, that the movies will be good enough for them, and that's really the more important thing. Is that it really should be the next generation who takes over these movies, the horror movies, the sci-fi movies.
Are we still black?
Are we on Tremors right now?
Oh, we're still
Welcome-
black.
welcome
we're still
black.
goddamn black.
You know what we do need?
What?
We need them to make a movie like Tremors for this next generation, like a
Hey.
decent.
You're
But
stealing my
the Tremors rape people.
helping.
Whoa,
Hey.
that was a young Jay.
That's a
Looks
not
like he's
that
clean.
young.
It looks like he's like you're like trying to clean.
I'm
your
just like
glasses,
30 pounds like
fogging it.
lighter and more cool.
What happened to that?
I got really wasted for the last 2 years.
You got very smart.
I'd say
I don't
vodka
know how to
happened.
turn on my camera now, apparently. Or
I-
something happened. Ever since Colin came, everything's been fucked up. Excuse me.
It's okay if they can't see his face. They can't try to find him on Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh.
MRCOLLIN.
Mr. Colin. Is that what you're searching? You're not even searching anything. Yeah, replug that in on the back.
That's what she said.
Oh,
No, she never said that. She never said that.
She wishes.
She said that to
I wish she said that.
somebody that qualified for that
back.
thing.
All right.
It's
I
so
tried
fun.
it in the front and it didn't work, so let's try it in the back now.
See, now
Yeah,
that
plug
is
it in
what
this
he
one.
said. That's so funny because every single time Jay makes a noise, it flickers like black. It's like looking at a first-person perspective movie. You know, towards the end, because I always keep on flickering it to make it more and more intense. Where you at, Jay?
Go home, bloodbath. You're drunk. Anyway, where the fuck were we?
We were talking about Star Wars. I was saying what we really need to do.
Star
Star
Wars.
Wars. Son
Hey,
of a
as I
bitch
said.
in Star Wars.
I'm not interested, but as I said, they make the Star Wars movies and the next generation really. I hope they enjoy it as long as our generation enjoyed the last three. Not the last, like the
We
original.
didn't play the last three. At least I didn't.
No,
Take it back.
honestly, actually, I did watch the episode 1 2 times in theaters, but that was only because of the foreign exchange student had never seen Star Wars before. And
I
it was
did
in
too.
theaters, so I took
God
it there.
damn it, I did too.
Wait, what's
Except for the same
foreign
reason.
exchange
though.
student?
Hey, there you are. Hi.
Yeah.
Hey, bro.
What's going on?
Where was
Hey.
your? I'm trying to make a decision, but where was your foreign exchange student from?
Oh, she was originally from Switzerland. I took her to prom.
You made her watch
You
Star
took her to
Wars.
prom? I took her to prom.
I like it.
What?
I like
No
it
big
very
deal.
much, yeah.
No big deal.
It was awesome.
Did she watch The Phantom Menace and then go back to her country and be like, fuck America?
Maybe that was that Nadine chick in the Mr. Plinkett reviews. Maybe that was her.
Huh.
Well, you know, I did have her chained up in my basement for a while.
Cross.
Awesome.
Oh, it was
You
great.
got
I
away
played.
though, right?
Not bad. Not bad.
Oh. No, it's pretty funny actually, because she never saw Star Wars before, and I show her this movie, and I was still enamored with the fact that there are lightsabers again on the screen. And I was like, "Oh, great lightsabers! It's gonna be a cool scene at the end where they do the ballet." And all of a sudden, like, I'm sitting here, I watch the little movie, I get out, I say, "What'd you think?" And she looks at me and says, "That was really long."
I love that. I would love to see the movie again with like not knowing that there's like crazy lights with like being able to cut through shit. Like
Yeah.
I would love to be that original and just like not be able to see
Never-
what's going on.
Never know.
Yeah, like never know. That's wicked. I'm excited about that.
Well,
Wait, you
we
can't.
gotta
use it.
develop some kind
No,
of
no, I can't.
memory eraser so that we can all relive Star
Yeah,
Wars.
I'm sorry.
Where's that MIB
I don't
shit?
have like the best.
Where's
like,
Tommy Lee Jones when we need him? Just fucking zap us every time we
Yeah,
say
I would love to
something.
be like, nope, never again.
I wish
try
we could do
again.
that like half the time with like when we do live shows. Like, oh, just ignore all of the previous shit we
Yeah,
did.
right?
Wait a minute.
And then we get the cricket out, and then we fucking blow this shit up.
I think you just blew Joe out of his seat when he said blew shit up.
Away.
Just like-
He's like, wait a minute.
For the second time tonight, he's bailed. He's like, fuck it.
He's like, seriously, I'm out. We're not
Let's
talking
talk
about Dr.
about-
Giggles anymore.
Yeah,
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, no more Dr. Beatles.
I was gonna say the same shit, dude. Sometimes us horror freaks, we think too much alike.
All right, let's talk horror now then.
Yeah.
Let's talk horror
A
Star
lot of
Wars.
people here are probably interested in horror movies, and I agree.
All right. What did you think of Pernicious, Jay?
I liked it, but I don't think anybody else has seen it because it's not out
I
yet.
have not seen it.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Would you recommend it?
Yes.
You would? Oh yeah, that's good.
Great job, Colin.
I'm sorry, guys. I haven't seen either, so I'm trying to hype it up. Well,
Best
you
episode ever.
is it worth seeing?
Just
or
watch your
not?
fucking leg.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, by the way, the reason why we left earlier because
We're sharing a mic. I'm sorry, guys.
we're sharing a mic and Colin got too close and he hit the fucking power button on my tower and turned my computer off.
You know what? The fact that you made it back after that, because I would have just given up. I would have been like, I'm
Sorry,
going
guys,
to
I
bed.
punched him and I said,
yeah.
"Are you listening to me? Are you fucking listening?"
I felt like the fucking Godfather because he's trying really hard. Like
No,
I
I am the god.
He's the Godfather. I'm trying really hard. I got to set up at home, and it's rough because every time I try, he's like, "No, try again. Like this is like you're good, but you're not as good as me."
You're not
And
great.
it is. It's great to hear that because I love that Jay is just like this great at it. So like I love hearing the feedback, and it's good.
All I'm saying is I'm great at is not kicking my
Yeah,
fucking power
he's like,
button.
don't be a bitch and just like fix your fucking cables, dude. And it's good to hear that.
Eric,
What up, dude?
what movie have you rewatched recently? Okay. A movie that you've rewatched recently that you liked more than when you watched it originally.
Yeah, I can answer that question easily because I've become a little bit notorious at this point for hating certain movies and certain franchises. And I don't think I was unfair in my Friday the 13th A New Beginning review. I don't think I was unfair at all.
Right?
But at the time, I wasn't quite getting it. I'd have to say the fucking movie definitely grows on you. It really, like fucking from Creepshow, it's like Stephen King with that shit growing on. That's the way Friday 5 grows on you. You don't want it to happen. You're just like, no, all right, it's an okay movie.
Yeah, I think I'd have to watch it again because, like, yeah, same. A lot of people get like so turned off. It's like, not even Jason. But fuck this.
I think the thing about it is, see, what went down during my Friday the 13th franchise review was that I watched them in order and I pay very close attention to each movie in order to do the review. I know like every fucking detail about it, and then I do my review. But like, so because I did it in order, I just reviewed 4 of the greatest fucking movies ever, and then I got to part 5, and I was like, it's okay, but meh. And then I watched and reviewed the whole rest of the series, and I was like, hey, part 5 ain't that bad compared to some
In
of them.
comparison to the what follows.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I had that same feeling with Nightmare Part 4. I used to despise that movie because I was like, Freddy's like a talk show host or whatever, like a stand-up comedian. Fuck this, and then Freddy's dead, and then 5, and then Freddy's Dead came out, and I was like, yeah. And then rewatching, I'm like, yeah, I can definitely respect this movie a lot more.
I was actually a big fan of Freddy's Dead. I dug that one.
Mm.
Despite, I know it's an unpopular opinion, but
Hey, for a Looney Tunes,
I love the Power.
Yeah,
Rangers.
Looney Tunes,
it's all right.
a cartoon
It's
version.
all
of
right
Nightmare
for a
on Elm Street.
cartoon. We invited you to
After
the
all,
drunken
is that
Terror.
not what everyone's looking for? It's a cartoon version.
Of every movie. I want a cartoon
Like-
Candyman.
Apparently, J.J. Abrams just wants to like fuck us all in the ass and just like, hey, how? I mean, I know you guys like this version, but like, how about this version? And just like give us the fucking what we want, not what we deserve.
We deserve what?
What
I
do
think
we
we deserve a lot
better.
Like, we don't deserve the opposite of what we expect. We deserve like spot on, like not fucking like.
That is impossible because everybody's spot on is different.
No, but like
Okay, you're screaming and it's irritating me.
I'm
What
sorry.
Oh,
what if
it's not
J.J. Abrams
screaming.
remade
He's
Friday the
kid.
But
13th
like
5?
seriously, guys, like what do we deserve? Like, I would like to hear what you guys think. Like, not what we expect. Like, we all know everything. Like, it's the opposite of what J.J. Abrams thinks. But like, what do we actually deserve?
We deserve the hero that we've been looking for. Or something.
So, Batman will rise from the ashes.
I was trying to make a Batman reference and I fucking failed.
It worked. I got it.
Yeah.
Like, I get it, but like, like
He's like, no, he's actually serious.
we deserve Batman. But like, what do we want? Do we want like a metallic fucking Batman? Like,
No.
do we want his fucking?
I want
We want like a deeper voice. No, we want like what do we want?
like a deeper voice.
Yeah,
Now
like-
you're getting into
Like we get it, but like
hmm.
what do we want?
Can
What
we
do you
get a
want in a
Batman,
Batman?
who just shuts up once in a while?
Yeah, like a Batman that just kicks ass and doesn't
Yeah,
talk.
like Michael
Thank you.
Keaton.
Michael Keaton.
That's what I want to hear. Like, what do you
Yeah.
think? What do you think we want?
I
We
seriously,
deserve Michael Keaton. God damn it!
it's like seriously, all I want is Ben Affleck to say, "Do you bleed? You will," and that's all I want him to say the whole movie.
Yeah, just what's in the trailer. That's it.
If that's his entire Batman, he'll be the best Batman. Period. My opinion.
When people,
I think
Oh,
you
sorry,
should say it. I want you to say it.
Say it as Batman, Joe.
Oh my gosh.
You're our fucking Batman right now, and
Oh
you
my God.
kind of look like you could play a Batman.
yeah,
If you had a nice cowl on, I think you'd look awesome.
Do you think we're the Batman we deserve?
okay, that's
All it
Christian
is
Bale, dude.
The worst.
Yeah, where's the car? Where's it? Yeah. No.
Where is the Batman?
I can't understand what
Okay,
you're
I
saying.
want a serious one from Joe.
Oh, serious one for me. I'm gonna get really quiet. Do you bleed? I don't know. That's his best thing.
No, you're not gonna make it. You're not making the cut.
No.
That's
Here, I
kind
can
of like-
try. I can try.
Batman
Yeah,
showed
Mr. Marcy.
up on the scene and said it without his voice modulator by accident.
That is true. Yeah, it does gonna help.
Do you bleed? You will.
Oh.
I don't know.
Why are we? Why
I
are
don't
we
think
doing
we can do this.
Because
gonna say,
Colin requested it.
about-
I don't think you guys want it hard enough.
That sounds like you're starting a gay porn.
Yeah.
It really does, Colin.
I want that for my ringtone.
Yeah.
You know, I was always thinking you could always do it like one of my drill sergeants would do it.
I don't think you want it. You don't want it.
Oh, good
We'll make
times,
'em bleed.
guys.
We'll make them bleed good. That's it.
We're talking about fucking Batman now.
Okay,
Horror
let's talk
movies.
about
You know what,
more
hey,
horror.
I was gonna say, do you want my opinion as to like what Star Wars we deserve? Is that what you were originally asking?
I think so.
Okay.
Ignore Colin and
You
his
know-
requests.
You know what?
No.
You know what Star Wars we deserve?
What
The
do
one we
do?
got back in 1977.
And what
That
is
was the
that?
Star Wars we deserve. We'll
I would
always
like to
remember
hear
that's
that.
the best.
Joe's dropping some
Jeez,
truth bombs
No,
over here.
no, I would like to know, honestly, without the fucking Batman thing, what do you think we deserve, besides George Lucas's, without his fucking TV director? What do you want us to hear? Honestly, I would like to hear that.
Like in the next movies?
No,
I
like
what?
fucking instead of the Ewoks, like what do you think? Because he hired a fucking director, which was a TV director, not a movie director. What do you think he actually wanted to hear? Like it's fine, but like what do you want? What do you want? I'm sorry, like I really want to hear someone else's opinion because I get a lot of bullshit about the Ewoks, and the Ewoks weren't bad. Like they were pretty bad for
You don't have to
TV.
sit that close.
I'm sorry.
Hey, it could have been them or a bunch of Wookiees on Kashyyyk.
I agree. I agree with that. But like he was a fucking TV director. What do you want us to hear? Like I'm trying to be like let's
He
do
also
this.
did Star Trek.
No, like and he did a great
That
job.
blew up in the fucking box office.
But like he wasn't J.J. Abrams. He was a fucking Ewok director. He wasn't him.
I think you know what I really want to see is a story where you actually care about what happens to. I don't know what the name of the black actor is that we see in the beginning, but what I want to see is him discover the whole world for the first time. Him see the Force in action for the first time. For him to actually see stormtroopers as bad guys for the first time. A movie where when he's in his world and he's looking at everything, he understands the technology, kind of like how Luke did, but as he's going along, it's like, holy crap, I didn't realize that the Empire was this evil. I didn't realize that, these rebels were actually bad guys. Or good guys. I didn't understand this. I don't know what's
or
going
the
on.
opposite of that.
Exactly. Like I want
I think
him to
he's gonna
discover
choose
so we
the
do.
opposite.
Yeah. Well, and then I think the other thing too is I don't want to see a stupid soccer ball with the freaking robot on the top. I don't know what they were thinking of when they came up with that idea.
Have you seen Wall-E?
Yes. Yes, I did. But that was a Pixar movie.
I want to see Pinhead
Yeah.
and the Hellraiser box in a Star Wars movie.
That would be cool. Oh, Michael Myers. takes on a stormtrooper.
No. Fucking keep that pinhead. Where
The Dracula.
The Emperor's trying to like open the box to get more power or whatever, and then he opens hell in a land far, far away.
I'd be fine. It's so long as like all like stormtroopers started dripping and like their whole bodies started gooping around.
Yeah,
I'd
and
be
then
okay with
chains
that.
and hooks came out and ripped them apart,
I'm not touching anything. I haven't done anything.
and then somebody has a lightsaber.
Give your leg right away from that.
I haven't
fucking thing.
done.
Keep it down.
People are asking if we're high.
The difference is that now that we know what J.J. Abrams hasn't thought, is that we're thinking clearly and not just thinking what J.J. Abrams wants us to think.
Well,
Here's a question for you. What lightsaber are you going to be bringing to the showing? Are you going to be bringing that really nice, expensive one, the really cheap $1.91 one that you got at the store, or are you going to be getting that one that was about $7 that retracts?
I'm waiting for 9num's lightsaber to come out. Like, I really want his lightsaber to just like pop out of nowhere, and him just to say like,
I have no
F
idea what you're
you,
saying.
like 9num, like
what are you talking
like
about?
I'm the guy with the
There's
lightsaber.
9nums.
Like fucking him and Lando, him and
He's talking
9num
about- he's
are
talking about-
fucking riding a lightsaber, and
They're riding a lightsaber.
no,
It sounds like
Oh my
Harry Potter,
gosh.
bro.
do you mean?
I think you
No.
mixed it all up.
we are the
No.
one
He
riding fucking
The headphones are
Hey,
falling off.
times.
They've unplugged. I think you're fucking cut off, to be honest. Because you don't even know what you're saying. Numb Lando. What the fuck you're saying.
How's he doing?
Let's talk about not Star Wars.
Fucking 9num
Okay.
is straight out lightsaber.
Hold on. We're done
I
talking
think he
about Star
said
Wars.
Ninnum. That's Ninnum or something like that. That's the name of that Hispanic-looking.
9num,
Alien.
he's the one with the fucking jaw thing.
No,
Ninnum.
yeah, Ninnum. Yeah, Ninnum. Yeah. I guess
Sorry guys, if you guys don't know enough about Star Wars, you guys the ones talking about Star Wars? No?
You were the ones talking about Star Wars.
Yeah, everyone else wasn't.
Adolf Hitler just asked us a question.
Everyone
Oh,
listen.
really?
Okay, Adolf.
I don't know. It's in German.
Was ist the Wort?
So copy and paste it.
9num.
Ohne
Oh,
Momento?
I can read German. It's all good. It says, "You guys are losers. Why are you doing this?"
Welcome to the motherfucking
We're
hood.
doing our job.
Why
I
are
wish
you
I-
watching this? Is my question.
If
Yeah,
this is my job,
we're not forcing you to
I'd
watch
be wasted.
this.
Who's got a gun to your head?
Yeah. You're watching the Death Twitch Hangout session. You're gonna watch all of it and hate it.
God, I hope that's not like an actual terrorist tactic.
Somebody wrote here, nice meme, says, I like episode 1. You know what? Episode 1 was actually okay.
Darth Maul was a badass. I mean, that's another. That's
Yeah, like, he's the only one with 2 sabers. Give me a break here.
he's a badass. Braveheart, or I called him Braveheart Jr. The actor who plays him. I called him the dude that sings the Ghostbusters song. Braveheart Jr. or whatever.
I wish that I'd seen that version of Star Wars.
There's something strange in your neighborhood. Who are you gonna call? Star Wars.
Who you gonna call? C-3PO.
No, don't call C3. Well, if you want your hair done.
GBO can't do your hair.
He does nails.
Anyway,
I
Okay.
can't do any manicures.
I need to drink more beer.
I got my coffee.
I agree.
I need more shots, but that requires going downstairs, and I don't want to do that, but I might have to.
I think everyone needs to go downstairs
Run.
eventually.
Run for the booze.
One for the booze.
One for the
Coffee
booze.
for crying out loud. Go get yourself a shot. You deserve it.
I like
Thank
you.
you.
Deserve
We're
it.
so proud of you.
Thank you. I'm proud of all of you.
Here, have some props.
Hey,
Yeah.
I got a comment here from somebody that I know is trolling me because I remember the bad things that they said about me in the past. But they're all.
Oh,
"Hey,
where is
guess
this? Where
what?
is this? I want to see. I want to see.
It's
be troll fishing.
Doyle-Ledith? Okay. Doyle Death? I don't know. All I know is I remember from like a year ago, this fool was totally thrashing on all my videos. And now he's like, hey, I'm a big fan.
Oh, I
Okay.
see that.
What's up, big fan? Thanks for hating my stuff so much that you stick around to watch it years
Hey.
later.
Hey, if he's still watching,
Yeah, at least he's
Hey,
watching,
good.
which is awesome.
Fucking a
By the
year
way,
later. Oh my god, dude.
I'm gonna call you
I hate
Alice
this
Cooper.
so much. Grabs a bowl of popcorn.
Oh, don't say
This
popcorn.
is so shitty.
I want to see a hater.
his videos aren't good. Are you high? Did you see that?
I'm wasted. Not
Um,
high.
well, you know what? Let's move on from those people because they're not going to monopolize this.
It's
Um,
hilarious.
So, fucking Jay, you asked me that question about a movie that I've reconsidered.
Yeah.
Anybody else got something that they've reconsidered
A
recently?
movie that has been rewatched.
No.
I can go.
I got Star Wars shit, but we'll let
He's
Jay
gonna
go.
talk Star Wars again.
Yeah, we'll let Jay go.
We'll talk about horror movies.
Yeah.
Star Wars shit first.
Dude, I'm almost done
Um,
with horror now. That's sad.
I'm gonna be honest. I watched. So Suspiria has been like one of my main flicks for a long time,
long time. Let's hear this.
and I rewatched it, and it was still good.
It holds up.
It holds up. I think we watched it like a month ago. When did we watch it?
I agree. Yeah, like it is dope. I think he's on par with that. It's dope.
Colin had never seen Suspiria, so I'm like, hey, I'll watch it with you. And so we watched it, and it was still really, really cool and really awesome. And Dario Argento,
It's good hearing it since like I never seen it before.
I love that man. Except for Dracula. That movie sucked. But I don't know. I need to revisit some other things, I
It's
think.
been a fucking while since I've seen Suspiria.
It holds up as far as like suspense is concerned, and like the lighting is so good, especially like knowing now what I know about film. And I know, Eric, now that you've gone to school, if you were to watch that again, I think you're gonna be like, whoa, this is like much better than I could have imagined when I first ever saw it.
Well,
There's
fuck it, I'm gonna close this shit and watch it right now.
Man, seriously, it's fucking dope. Do not close this.
Do not. Okay. All right. I guess I'll hold.
I'm gonna grab
out.
that shot.
All right.
Yeah.
Yay! We clapped for alcohol.
You know what movie I actually watched
If I don't
recently?
come back, you know what to do.
Will do. I was
What
gonna
do we
say,
do?
I just watched Joyride 3 for the first time.
Oh yeah.
No, you guys
Really?
ever see the original Joyride?
No.
No.
Okay.
I think I saw bits and pieces of maybe the second one, but
Okay. Here's the deal. You got to watch the first one. It's directed by J.J. Abrams, which is
Really? I didn't know that.
the first. The first one was
he's
directed
getting
by.
a boner already. I can see it from here.
You should probably go and reach over for him. And what
There you
happens is, there you go. Give him a little bump. Anyway, so what happens is, the original was actually directed and written by J.J. Abrams. They got Ted Levine to do the voice of the trucker. You never see the trucker's face.
No, never.
So it was actually an adaptation of Richard Matheson's Duel. And it's actually pretty well done. Steve Zahn, Paul Walker, Lily Sobasi, I think is her name. And then this truck driver just terrorizing them. It's just a French
I fucking did see that, but it was like way long time ago.
I like this movie a lot, and what happened was I watched the third one, and what they did was they took away the mystery of the driver and they showed the driver's face in this one. But there's something that the movie did that really made me proud, which is it must have been a budget thing where they couldn't afford to show the practical effect, so they actually had to film it where they would hint at what was happening and your imagination filled it in. So you didn't see a guy's fingers go into the blades for the first time ever in the last like 20 years. This time it just showed it going forward and the guy reacting. It was like, wait a second, this is exactly what I've been asking for movies for a long time, is for them to be creative, not show everything, just get me to think about it.
Yeah.
So props to, Joyride 3, which is still a bad movie, but I like that about the movie.
That's interesting.
That's really cool.
I think I would dislike that a lot. For
That's
for the same reasons that you like it, I think I would be on the other end of the scale, like show it going in.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, every movie we got today is that, where we see every last thing, every bone, every sinew, every single, every tendon nowadays is
I
being
would
pulled out.
disagree. Like, we struggle to find movies to review that have reasonable amounts of gore and practical effects. And, like, we'll sit there for, like, sometimes hours trying to
yeah.
figure out what we want to watch because we want to find something with practical gore. And the fact that, like, it will take us, like, 2 hours to figure out what movie we should watch based on, like, trailer, like, watching red bands after red bands, like, knowing, like, what we have in the stack, reading reviews, and it's like, really? How?
Oh, sorry.
I would love to know. I'm sorry to interrupt, but like, I believe Spielberg interrupted the like PG-13 versus like 14A, 18A.
Mhm.
Like they interrupted like the whole like this is what adults see, this is what children to see. What do you think is like the line? Like, is it blood and gore? Is it like they're ripping up the skin? I don't know. Like, what do people think? Like, Eric, I don't care. Like, what do you guys think? Like, what is the line that they should cross?
You're talking about when somebody becomes offended by what they've seen or what they think they've seen?
I don't know. Like 14A, PG-13. It's like a relatively new thing.
Oh.
Like
Oh,
what?
the
Like,
MPAA.
yeah, like that bull. Like it's a lot of like. To be honest, it's a lot of friggin'
Well,
bullshit.
somebody brought this up
What
recently.
should be the line? Please, let me know. I would love to have a discussion about this.
Somebody commented on my Friday, the New Blood review recently, where I was talking about how that movie was directed by John Carl Buechler. It
Okay.
was very, very heavily effects driven as far as the kills go, and then it was massively cut down thanks to the MPAA, and that was in '87. And now,
Really?
now things are way more liberal. They have movies that are centered primarily around seeing the fucking kill or seeing the effect. What? Trying to think. Saw, Hostel, the usual suspects there. So things have changed for sure because what they couldn't get away with back in the late '80s is now it's like expected.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, like they're a lot different. Like we want to see different kind of kills. Like even the like a friggin' machete through the throat is like a lot different than what we're expecting now.
It's like the whole Saw series, I think, is what really brought it to the mainstream. Either Saw and Hostel, like within like the 2005, 2006 era, is when both Hostel and Saw came out, and it's like, okay, here's torture porn.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, now you've seen a couple scenes. We're not gonna. They didn't go over the top in those first ones, but the reception from that being in theater with a wide release spawned Saw like six more fucking sequels or 5 more sequels.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the MPAA, it's ridiculous that some random agency decides what the horror we deserve to see. They're the ones that are in charge of like seeing what our children, what their children's children see. Like we deserve the horror that is
That's a
expected.
tough question because I sort of side with Joe a little bit, talking about how some of the movie should be left to the imagination, and then you should still be able to enjoy the art of the practical effect at the same time. I think that's the perfect combination of where the artist can bring this physical thing to life on camera and give you just enough to see that, and then let your mind finish off whatever else you would imagine must have happened after that. But like, as far as like where's the line drawn, I don't even think there's a line anymore. If I was going to draw the line anywhere, it would be in Blood-Sucking Freaks, and that's like fucking mid-'70s, where they're throwing darts at a naked girl's asshole, and that's the bullseye.
I love that. Like we should see the grotesqueness of that and like whatever
We
the
did.
movie decides. Like,
We saw
like
it.
I mean, like
I love that.
It is like-
love that.
it's not like people aren't expecting that kind of stuff. Like we should be prepared and like honestly, whatever the public wants to see, like it should be prepared for that. Like it's not like we're trying to like make a jump and make it like, oh yeah, like this is the next shit. Like no, like we're like slowly jumping and like slowly trying to make the public see that kind of good stuff.
I wonder though, in a world where you have no taboo, that which was no longer taboo becomes the taboo, and then we use that instead. So what happens is that we're taking away the taboo of the gore, and we started doing that back in the 70s with movies like Cannibal Holocaust, especially with the dick cutting scene. That really got me.
Yeah.
Or you've got George Romero's work, whether it be Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, even Night of the Living Dead, really pushed the boundaries. You take
Howl
a
of the
look,
Living Dead.
yeah, or you get another one too, which is the Reanimator movies, which are exceptionally graphic.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the thing is that those movies at that time were completely taboo to the point where they were almost, rated X.
Mm.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yep.
every one of those movies, and
Kind
the
of
taboo.
deservedly too.
It's right. Well, especially with Gordon's work. I mean, that guy's he's a perv, but that's my opinion. Anyway, I still own his movies, but what happens is that the taboo was what made those movies so great, and by not having a taboo anymore, the movies are just stupid. They really are, because it's just, well, we can all do that now. We know how to do that now. You watch Friday the 13th Part 1, and the really amazing thing about the special effects doesn't matter anymore because it's now old hat, as Eric was saying. So I think, to answer your question about the ratings, it's based on money. You make more money with a PG-13 than with an R. You make more money with a PG than you do with a PG-13. And they'll get away with as much as possible. And the line being drawn there would be how many times they say the word fuck. But then you take something along the lines of horror. The problem with horror today, and this is what I allude to as to why I always put Exorcist as my #1 movie. The Exorcist isn't as scary as the afterthought as to whether good one or evil one, because you don't know at the end of that movie. And that's why people are freaked out by that one, but they don't get it in the second. But then you get to the third movie, and all of a sudden you get that same question. Did evil win or did good win? You don't know. And that made the third movie amazing. And Brad Dourif, of course, who's an amazing actor. And that's the problem, is that you can't with a practical effect do what The Exorcist and The Exorcist 3 did. And that's something that I kind of like, when they use your imagination versus the practical effect, or the CGI too. But as for Hostel, actually there's a movie that I rewatched for the first time in like 10 years, and I actually liked it.
Yeah.
The
I
first
watched
one
it
was so much better than the rest.
Yeah, I agree. I watched Hostel 2 weeks ago.
Mhm.
And I watched Saw and Hostel back to back, just to like compare, because, well, actually it's for a reason. We're doing a collab with like a bigger YouTube channel that does strictly verses.
Okay.
And so he's fighting, the other YouTuber is fighting for Saw, and I'm fighting for Hostel. And this is one of the very few like horror movies that he's actually fought on his channel. And I'm like, I gotta fucking murk this up.
Wait, are you guys doing Screen Junkies?
Not Screen Junkies. I wish it was. If it was Screen Junkies, that'd be
If
awesome.
only.
I can totally see you guys doing that though. So
I don't know if you've seen it. He's still a big YouTuber, but it's not Screen Junkies.
There's a reason we're talking to you. We want to hear what you guys think. So like,
okay.
What it says.
So you guys are promoting Hostel over Saw. He's defending Saw. You're defending
Just the
Hostel?
first Saw, right?
Yeah, the first one.
Okay.
Just the
The
first
good one. The good one.
So, and then so I went and watched like both of them, and Saw's really boring. Like, there's no music in it.
Nope. They had no budget.
There's not the gore that everybody thinks was brought to the screen originally.
Hmm.
So everyone's like, "Oh, this is torture porn." It's like, no, like
The first one
you
wasn't.
don't see anything.
No, the first one wasn't.
No. The second one was the beginning of the torture.
Yeah. So like
The-
the first one was actually just like a bunch of like, it was two guys with very poor acting in a room, and everyone remembers Saw as just that one room.
Yep.
But they forget that the rest of the movie, and I would say 70% of the movie, is Danny Glover just like walking around trying to solve a crime.
Yep.
And it's really, really fucking boring. It's really not a great movie, and I don't know why everybody loves it as much. unless you were there for the first time and you saw like the twist, there's no way that this could ever be on anybody's top 10 if they watched it a second time.
I disagree.
Hostel, on the other hand, I'll get my points out.
No,
and then
no problem. I'm
you can
sorry. I
counter.
apologize.
That's cool. That's cool. Hostel, on the other hand, is so much better when you know filmmaking, because I watched it and it was fucking amazing. The first bit, like just breaking it down really quickly, is about a bunch of kids who want to do things that they can't normally do because they're sick of their lives in North America. They need to go overseas to experience something different. They essentially want to go to Amsterdam and just get stoned. They want to get drunk and go to the red light district in Amsterdam. Okay, so all the same stuff that they can get for free, or the same amount of money back in North America, they travel to Amsterdam to do. Now, okay, so the whole half the movie focuses on these guys, like having a great time, and then tonal shift. Things get fucked up. They meet some people. It gets fucked up, and then it repeats the exact same sequences as the beginning, but this time it's not like with a Steadicam shot. It's all like handheld shots. So everything's all a little warped up, and now it's like when somebody was walking through the, like walking in a brothel. Now it's a guy getting dragged and looking in the rooms of the torture devices and seeing the different torture rooms. And it's actually almost the first act and the third act are repeated. Just all fucked up. And with different, like, tones and different, like, camera tricks. And it is so fucking amazing that everybody needs to watch it again, because I think everybody forgets that this was a great movie.
I agree.
I was gonna say, if you really want, like, I disagree on watching Saw again and not being able to enjoy it. For me, watching it again was to see the things I didn't see the first time, and to see how they set it up. For instance, when you see that room, and the whole point of the movie was to talk about a room where two guys are trying to figure out how they got there, and the guy who put them there is in the middle.
But who are you?
Who am I?
Yeah, who are you?
Joe.
Like, it's a pretty friggin' like messed up movie, but like money versus like not money. But like, who do you think you were? I know, like that's kind of putting you on the spot. Like,
No, I mean, I
it's
guess
not about like it's about like it's almost like who you enjoyed more. Like, do you enjoy?
Yeah, which side do you want
like
to
who do you want?
there?
Like, do you want to be like friggin' like the Jason of it, or do you want to be the more like innocent guy? Like, I'm not trying to put you on the spot or anything.
Adam
what-
or Lawrence?
Like, I mean, I am, but like, is it like an evil versus good thing, or is it like a good guy, bad guy thing? Like, it's
when I
hard.
watched, when I watched the movie, I didn't put myself into their positions. I understood Adam was the photographer, right?
Adam was the young guy. Yeah.
But like the character himself, like it's hard to say like
All I was
who
gonna
was
say is like,
filming it or who was the character
Well,
himself.
no. It's very evident.
Okay.
yeah, like
Fair enough.
when I was watching the movie, I could actually relate to both characters because Adam is basically a younger version of the Doctor.
Right.
Because it's his obsession is what makes them both so similar. Adam is obsessed, he's willing to do his job, and he doesn't care. At the same time, the Doctor is also obsessed, he's willing to do his job, but he really doesn't care. It's not really the job that's important, it's just getting home. It's getting, away from all the nuisance of his life. And Adam's life is just utter shit, and the Doctor's life is also utter shit, but his wife and his child are the reason why. It's because he can't connect to them. But if you want to look at like the movie, the coolest thing about the movie is when you watch it a second time, you can see all the props. You can see the setup ahead of time. Kind of like when I mentioned that with the school bus scene in Dead Rising. If you go back to that scene beforehand, you can see everything set up for that scene. So when it plays out congruently. And the same thing with Saw. But if you really want to make a strong case for Hostel, it's not the main characters because they're two kind of boring guys. I mean, Hostel has two of the most boring main characters, period. Like, those guys, they don't
But
really
on
come out.
purpose.
That's
Yeah,
true.
like, was that the point?
Well,
Yeah.
and this is where I want to bring it in. You have Hannibal Lecter in that movie.
Seriously, really?
When he comes in and he says, "I eat with my hands,"
No way.
like the older guy in Hostel, that itself was disturbing. You knew something was weird at that point.
Yeah.
Oh
It
yeah,
started
for
the
sure.
tension.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And the thing is that it started the tension after you were so bored with these two jackasses and their funny European friend, who by the way was actually really good. But then the thing is then to see the movie move on, to see that guy, and then to see him again at the end when they kill him off. Sorry, spoiler alert. That was a really cool progression for that character, and you didn't have to know anything else about him. You knew that this guy was out there to experience something, and that was kind of a cool thing. And then the kids. This is where you really
Oh,
get
the Bubblegum Gang are fucking awesome.
the
But-
bubblegum gang.
Did he
Talk about-
deserve what he got?
Yes.
think?
Yes, he did. Because the thing is that if you want to look at the movie from the point of karma, from the point of justice, from the point of anything, when those kids came in, every single person knew how dangerous they were. They are the lion. The lion that's free-forming, and you've got stakes around your neck, and you got to be careful. And this guy took the stake off his neck, and he set the lions off, and he knew exactly what he was doing.
I like it. I like what you think, because like you're able to think outside of what the director wanted. Like
Exactly.
the director wanted us to be assholes, and like he wanted us to think like, no, like wait a minute, like I can control what's happening, not just like, oh yeah, like it's a fucking movie, like this is what should happen.
Yeah, he switched it up. And another example of this, just to interject really quick, is the fact that like 45 minutes of the movie focuses on this one guy who you think is the main character.
Oh, the blonde guy, yeah.
Yeah, and they kill him off.
Yeah, he was a complete
And
dickweed.
and then you're stuck with the fucking douchebag.
Oh, I loved it. It was like it was so good. Like,
But-
is this what you guys want? Like, fucking do it, man. And it was like, wait, that's not what I want. Like the whole time we're like,
But I like the
well,
other
but
guy.
I like that guy. Wait a minute.
Exactly. I felt that was part of the reason why I hated the movie when I first saw it, which is like, wait, my survivor is dead, and now I have to watch the dickweed go out and do his stuff? Come on. But the thing is that the dickweed started showing himself as a lot more cunning by his ability to speak German, to think, which is kind of
Yeah.
cool. And to be honest, I think that's just Eli Roth thinking of himself, because I think he's actually kind of a smart guy. And after seeing Clown, I realized that he is actually a really smart guy. So there you go. He does that too with Clown. Is he can add some depth to character that works, even
Yeah,
with really
I wanna
shitty
see
actors.
I want to see that fucking so bad.
I saw Hostel one time in 2006, against my will.
Me
Watch it
too.
one more time, and I think you'll like it a lot more.
I'll
Actually,
give
I'm
it
gonna
another
agree.
shot.
I'm gonna agree with you, Jay, because after seeing it the second time, I realized, wait, there's a little more to this movie. But
Yeah.
don't go
Oh,
into your
hey.
argument with the technical shit.
Can I
Go with the
cut
nerd.
everybody off for a second?
Yeah.
It's hard. It's tough. It's tough.
I got people here asking questions and they all actually want
Yeah,
answers.
I've had her.
All right, first question. Let's go.
Should we hear? All right.
It's your fucking show.
What did you think of the Spanish movie Wreck?
I loved it.
Yeah,
Top
the
of my
original.
first person. Yeah.
Yeah, what later became Quarantine in America. The original Spanish version of it.
Did you see Rec 4? Is what I should ask that person, because I just watched that and I had a lot of fun.
I've only
that's
seen the first one.
Oh, Rec 4 was all the Rec movies. They're not great, but they're fun. And Rec 1 was original, which is great. I like it a lot. I like them all. Rec 4, I just had fun watching. That was goofy.
Sounds fun.
Do you enjoy horror games or only movies? I like both. Horror games are pretty awesome because you get engaged on a whole different level than a movie.
hmm
Yeah, because you have to like experience things for yourself.
Literal first person.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Are we talking like board games like Zombies, or are we talking about like video games?
Video.
I would-
I'm pretty sure video games.
You know
I
this
would
is
imagine video
2015,
games.
right?
You know what?
We're still playing board games.
Will Wheaton, thank you.
I literally watch a show called Beer and Board Games. I know that people still do it, but
Oh no, they.
smart ass.
No, I'm just the last horror game I played was Resident Evil 2, and it was awesome.
The last one I played was PT, and that shit scared the shit out of me. I'll
Oh
be
yeah,
honest with
that
you.
was awesome.
I'll be straight honest with you, man. I was on fucking pins and needles playing that game.
That fucking baby that's in the sink.
Wow.
I know, right? The goddamn baby
It was
cried
creepy as
in
fuck.
the sink, and you're just looking around the dark ass, dank bathroom, going, "What the hell? Why am I locked in here?"
Yeah.
I think the thing that freaked me out the most is when you get into like the main lobby and you kind of like look up and like to the balcony.
Yeah.
There's like shit going down. I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck this. I'm out of here. I mean,
Have you guys-
I went through the whole thing and I almost lost my mind.
I will agree. I was
Just
like,
what am I doing? I've seen this before. I've
I
seen this before. I've seen this before.
to scream, and I'd have to pause the game and get up and like pace the room, and then sit back down and try and get into it again, and then I'd hear a noise and go, "Oh fuck this!" It was good. So more horror games. We need more of them,
Oh.
especially more which is sad because there's actually PT got canceled. Silent
did.
Hills. So far, it'll come back somehow.
Please don't.
The
real
cat.
horror. The real horror is the power bar over there. Don't hit the button.
So
Yeah.
what's the second question there, Eric?
Okay, I was actually gonna say, I recently played this game, like, actually got done playing it last night. It was called, it's an indie game, but it's called Power Drill Massacre.
That sounds familiar to me.
It's an indie
I've
game.
seen a video about that.
Yeah.
I watched a video of that.
You
I
go
was
into, like,
totally fascinated by the title.
well, yeah, you can go, like, in VHS mode or DVD mode, and the VHS mode's, of course, the mode that you want to go in, and I mean, for indie game, it was pretty decent. I recommend anybody playing that. That and there's this new game coming out. I wanted to talk to you guys about that because it's called Summer Camp, and it features a killer. Yeah, that cease and desist story that New Line sent out. Yeah, because it looked like Jason Voorhees. Same
Really?
thing with Splatterhouse. It's like, yeah, he looks kind of like Jason Voorhees.
Yeah, Summer Camp's gonna be
It's all
fucking
good.
awesome.
hmm
It's gonna be like it's one of those games where you can play as either the killer or like camp attendees or camp counselors.
Play the fucking killer, dude. That's what I'm gonna
I
do.
want to be the camp counselor so I can get high and have sex.
But there's
before I
like and that's what you do. And so like you team up with like 2 or 3 other people.
yeah,
and-
team up, all
And
right.
you have
And
sex
the
with them?
killer
Ew.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Anyway.
It's nice to know what everyone does in their spare time.
The coolest part about this game is if a camp counselor isn't looking in the killer's direction, the killer can kind of walk around wherever he wants. So he doesn't walk. He kind of like can just use his cursor and just select points. So long as he's never seen, he can appear in front of you if he's right behind you, so long as you're not looking at him. Just like he would in a movie, where it's like, how the fuck did he possibly get there? And so his point is to try and take out all of the camp counselors one by one and not be spotted by the other camp counselors.
Okay,
And-
that's all.
Oh, it
That
looks
sounds like
fucking
fun.
glorious. And Tom Savini's on board as a producer, as well
Yep.
as Kane Hodder doing all the motion shit for the
I
fucking...
know, it's
Yeah,
so great.
it's gonna be serious, guys. And I'm certain we need to get involved, all of us.
Yeah. I don't know how I'll do it, but I'll fucking find a way.
Let's do it.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What if they made a Behind the Mask Rise of Leslie Vernon make your own killer, psycho killer legend video game?
That's
Where
awesome.
you get to make your own stuff, you get to make up your own legend, you get to make up your own
Yeah, well,
crap
you
and
know
just try to
what?
kill your people.
Start a Kickstarter and get that thing
Yeah.
going.
Yeah, just do it.
Whatever happened to Rise of the Leslie Vernon? Did it not meet its kicks? Did it not go good on
No,
Kickstarter?
I asked the guy, the director, and he said like he has no plans to do it. He says if there's enough interest, I'll do it, but like I don't know.
He must. I mean, I guess he's not finding that there's enough interest, but I feel like there should be.
I think there would be, but again, it's tough when you have a bunch of things like Annabelle and fucking Insidious and a bunch of Blumhouse shit going to
All I
theaters.
know is that they did it once before it had an audience. Now it has an actual audience. It should be somewhat easier, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I think the problem would be is he would have to do it in such a way that it's mocking paranormal. I think that's the only way it would make it these days because slashers aren't a big thing in the 2010s. It's all paranormal now.
No. Fuck that. I don't want to see it then if it's going to be
Right,
paranormal.
exactly. And I think probably maybe that's one of those points.
I don't. It doesn't.
I gotta
come
figure
on.
out what the fuck this guy's doing. Hold on.
Sorry.
What are
he
you
alright?
doing?
I'm fucking.
He's like unplugging like a bunch of my shit, and I'm like,
No, I'm not.
every
No.
second, I'm like, what is he possibly
This
unplugging?
isn't plugged in.
Colin,
So what are you?
somebody
What
strap
is
him to
that?
the
Why are
chair.
you
I
grabbing
don't know.
this? You grabbing this?
Because it's not plugged in anything.
It's plugged right into my computer.
It wasn't. That's what.
I don't know what he's doing.
I don't know. That would be kind of a fun game, though. Make your own psycho killer, your own legend.
Another fucking cord.
Make your own psycho killer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
then you get a little bit creepy though
That's what I
too.
was trying to get in. Like, I don't know what I'm trying contributing to.
You know, is your killer slow? Is he fast? Is he strong? Is he short? Is he?
One's your
you know-
fucking mic and one's your fucking camera.
My killer was a
Yeah.
mall security guard that was never taken seriously, and he's just tired. Somebody killed his pet goldfish. He's out for revenge.
Sounds. Does he team up with HoboCop?
Hobo Cop?
Yeah. Yeah, it's that. Remember my movie I was talking about last time?
Yes.
Hobo Cop, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I was like,
Hobo.
that's why for a second I was like, that's a thing? Not yet.
Not yet. Coming soon. Whenever.
Whatever.
Can Hobocop meet up with Hobo with the shotgun, please?
I possibly in the sequel.
By the way, I want more Rugger Hauer movies. Is that bad?
Yes. No.
Oh,
Rutger Hauer's
it
awesome.
isn't, it isn't? Oh, okay.
He's kind of up there at this point, though, isn't he?
I know, but his leathery face is perfect for everything.
Really? We can throw him in Blind Fury too. That's
Oh,
fine.
I love that movie. It's so bad. Half the cast is dead.
That's
Oh.
my point, kind of. I was like, is he still alive?
Well, it's funny. Like, I was thinking about a movie I want to see, and what I really want to see is a movie where Powers Booth and Craig T. Nelson play two cops. They're retired cops. They're ex-partners who put a man away, but the man they put away was wrong, and they're being blackmailed by the actual killer to try and catch him. That, you know, a cat and mouse game where every time they go there, he's basically setting up a case to get them put into jail. Basically, the killer's trying to outpace them to get them put in jail to kind of say that they were covering their tracks and then accusing other guys. I just thought those two actors together in a movie would be awesome. Craig T. Nelson and Powers Booth.
They gotta have a crazy sidekick or like a next door neighbor. It should be like Tom Atkins.
I was actually thinking you want to get Michael Ironside.
That's a fair compromise.
What
No,
I'm thinking is that they should both try and be the main guy and try and make the other the sidekick, and it should be a constant battle between the two.
was this the other guys?
I never saw that movie, so I didn't know I was ripping off a movie.
That's all right.
I had
I
no
love that
idea.
movie.
Damn it! Can't even come up with an original fucking joke anymore.
Yeah. No, that's the type of movie I want to see though. I'm kind of getting into the whole crime thriller stuff more.
You're talking about peeps that are in their 70s.
That's why it works. I like that's what I loved about Alan Moore's comics.
That's how
is
it
that
works.
everyone is like 90.
They should pull up in a Ferrari and then get out with some walkers.
In that case, can we get Don Johnson, please?
Don the Dragon?
No.
Is that what you're oh, okay. I was like, I thought you were talking about somebody else.
And we lost Jay.
Again?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Colin was fucking around.
I think Colin's liquor's finally hitting him.
Oh man.
She's like,
Oh.
God damn it. They're still on, but they're just not quite there. It's
So,
funny.
did any of you guys see the new Leprechaun film?
No, I got it spoiled though, and I just heard some reviews and figured out that it has, I'm just gonna say this. It's not a spoiler. It has nothing to do with any of the Warwick Davis movies. It's just a standalone movie, and I was just like, no, fuck that. And I heard you don't even get to see him. Like, it's kind of like a costume that they never finished or something. And like,
Um,
man,
Well, it's WWE Network, so that kind of makes
Yeah.
sense. Which is sad because I actually bought a month's subscription from them, and I was like, nah, I'm done. But yeah, I watched that, and you're right. They don't have anything to do with any of the legend. The only
I
thing you
don't
can,
even really watch the original Leprechaun movies, let alone new ones.
you
They're fun.
sad man, you're missing
They're
Leprechaun
fun.
in the Hood, or
They're-
Leprechaun Back to the Hood.
they're all fun movies.
I think I would have to become a crackhead.
No,
No,
you
just get really drunk. Just have a drink or something, and just they're fun movies. They're not supposed to be taken seriously, obviously, and Warwick Davis is great.
Yeah, just think of Willow goes nuts and tries to kill little kids. It's awesome.
I'm
By
gonna
the way-
take a crack.
And Francis from Pee Wee.
That's right. Whoops, I swallowed a coin.
Coin Francis.
We're gonna take him to a doctor and get his brain fixed.
Oh God, that kid.
He was
That's like the
terrible.
poor man's Jake Lloyd.
Oh my gosh, he
I don't
totally
know.
is. Yeah, like
Jake
he was.
Lloyd is the poor man's.
No, Jake
kid's
Lloyd has
brain
redeemed himself. I actually feel sorry for that guy. Like,
Yeah,
really
well, I
bad for
mean,
him.
yeah. You know what? I've watched plenty of movies where there's so many times in like watching the movie, I'm like, man, I feel bad for that actor. Like they probably never recovered from this shit.
Golly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kid was also terrible in Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead.
Oh yeah, that was the same kid.
Yeah, I always hated that kid. I was so glad he wasn't in Last Action Hero.
Wasn't that the same kid in Kazam? I could be wrong.
I don't know.
Hey, Jay's back.
It might as well
Right.
be.
Did
Might as
Colin
well be
die?
the same guy from.
Yeah.
He's
okay.
laying
I
on the
killed him.
floor next to your feet, isn't he?
The cat killed him.
The vodka
fucking
killed
hope
him.
so.
Or the not before anything else.
The birthday shots got to him.
Yeah, he was fucking too drunk. He started like picking apart my lights and stuff, and I'm like, you need to go to bed. Like, you're ruining my equipment.
Did
Like,
you choke him out? You gotta go to bed.
I gotta sleep. I gotta sleep. I gotta sleep.
If that was actually something that happened, I really want that to be caught on cam. So just
I do
saying
too.
for future reference, if you're ever gonna choke anybody
Next-
out,
next time.
make sure that gets caught. I want to be able to feature that as a highlight. Like, hey, this is why you should watch our hangouts. People get choked out in real time.
Motherfucker.
You guys want to watch a movie or something?
I
No,
would-
it's way
Is
too
it
late.
is
I
it a
gotta-
porn?
I gotta be up in the morning. I'm getting my stuff to the doctor.
Aw.
We should watch
Oh,
the Dr.
sorry.
Giggles porn parody.
There you go.
Dr.
Dr. Tickles.
Watch that be like, is that real? Like, is that a real thing?
I don't know.
Nobody made a porn parody of Dr. Giggles.
Oh, that's good. That's really good. All right.
No, but
You-
you
No,
can
I
watch-
don't know that. I'm just
You're
talking.
not 100% though.
That's okay. You guys can watch the first porno I ever saw. It was called Pulp Friction.
Pulp Friction. Is it better than Honey, I Blew Everybody?
I don't know. I hadn't seen that yet. but
I'd
now
give
they-
that one 2.5 stars actually.
2.5 porn stars. What happened to the other half? Oh, sorry, that's bad. It's getting.
Yeah, it's like,
Y'all
Woo.
is crazy.
oh wow, it's like 3 o'clock over where I am.
Yeah, same here.
Bunch
Mine-
of wussies.
I'm-
It's only
I'm
one
at
here.
4 or 5 now. 4 o'clock.
Yeah, try to one up us there, Jay.
Yeah.
Always. And I just cracked a new beer.
Yeah, he was partying all night, and now dealing with a
Spaghetti
drunk
martini.
Colin and a rabid cat.
I'm out of
Oh
coffee
my
now.
He's like, I'm about to wake up and do several laps.
Hey, all this happening.
You probably will, actually.
I know. He lives such a different life than me. Such a different life.
It's like looking in a Bizarro mirror.
It is like that.
Uh,
I think we all live very different lives.
We're like a fun house of reflections.
Although I think me and Eric kind of live a similar life.
you guys
be
couldn't
hon-
handle my life.
I probably agree with that.
No, I saw in Eric, this year I get to play with grenades again. That's going to be fun. They're just big fireworks. Just big firecrackers. It's going to be so awesome.
Yeah, and I ain't trying to play with grenades over here.
You
So,
should. They're
I'm good.
amazing.
I'm
amazing.
good.
Oh, the best thing. You want to know what the best thing about? I'm going to tell you this now. Let me tell you the best thing about a grenade. We throw a grenade, and you duck down, and all of a sudden that fucker goes off, and you just feel the shaking, the vibrations from that thing is the
I don't want
greatest
to
feeling in
feel
the world.
that.
It's so cool.
Yeah, Jay and I are pussies.
Yeah, I'm
To
not.
put it lightly.
You know what's even better, though?
Lightly. To
Oh,
bring
what's-
him in and throw him under the bus with myself, we're a couple of pussies.
You got to check out an AT4. You ever see one of those? You guys
No.
might call them a
I can't.
bazooka.
I mean, I've seen so many
I've seen
weapons
bazookas.
this week.
Okay. Well, an AT4 is 84. It's basically just this amazing thing. All right, it's got like a 70-foot fire blast in the back. In the front, it just launches this thing out. It goes out, 300 meters, 400 meters, whatever it is in front of you, and all of a sudden you just see this thing go out. It's this nice, slow, and then it hits its point, and all of a sudden you just see it all go up, and then in comes the shockwave. And I'll tell you, it is the most relaxing thing in the world when you feel the vibrations from that. It's just so cool. This is what I like doing. For my
Why do I think I would poop my pants?
Oh,
You
dude.
might.
When we were doing one of the best things we do, we had to set up that cord and we had to set up multiple explosions. And one of the coolest things was we set them all up. We set the timer. We had an electronic and we also had a timed deck cord. And what happens is that we had to set them both off, and we had to walk to a safety point, stop and turn back, and then all of a sudden you realize you're about 800 meters away, and that shit goes off, and you just see the light, you see everything blow up, and all of a sudden, in it comes is this just huge wave, this shock wave, and it's just I love it. It's actually like one of the most relaxing things in the world is you see this massive.
The most relaxing thing in the world is a huge shockwave from a
It totally
bomb.
is, yeah. Well, there's no shrapnel, so it's not really gonna hurt.
I was thinking like BJ.
I would go
Well,
BJ. I would go blowjob.
Put that probably one.
Here's
Well,
a
yeah,
nice
when you're in the army and you're playing
Also,
with
a good old
explosives, you can't do that.
s'more.
A s'more? Nah, I'm not. Nah.
S'more. What?
It's kind of cool though. No, if you ever get to you ever been around fireworks and you have something go off and you can feel the shockwave from that?
Yes.
No, I
Multiply
haven't.
that by like about 100, and that's how awesome it is.
When I was in Texas for a while, and like New Year's Eve was like it was like a war zone. Like everybody bought up like just missiles to shoot off from the sidewalk in front of their house. I'm like the whole neighborhood of just shooting off missiles and shit, dude. It was crazy.
Oh, one year we had these jackasses walking around. They must have had just like M80s or something like that. And what they would do is they would find
Just M80s.
just that's all it was. They were walking around the neighborhood and they're going to people's houses and they're throwing in the front doorways. And we had this stairway that it would echo really loud. Well, finally we figured out how to keep them from throwing into the stairway. But they went around to the back of our house and they threw it into the dumpster, thinking, "Haha, I'll throw it into a dumpster." But they didn't throw it into the garbage dumpster. They threw it into the cardboard dumpster. So that sucker,
Oh God.
it caught fire.
That's terrible.
And then on top of that, it lit the building, the storage building next to it on fire. And on the other end of that building are propane tanks. So this fire is creeping up. The fire department is trying to block it all off, trying to keep it all back, because if it reaches those propane tanks, basically everyone's dead. That was one of the
Wow.
nights. That was awesome.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, we were across the street watching, so it's pretty cool because my brother's in the fire department. So as I was talking to the chief who's directing everything, he's like, "Hey, you're Pap's brother, aren't you?" Yeah, I am. Oh, this happened, jackass. Yeah, it's fun stuff. Sorry, I like fire and explosions. They're cool.
Apparently.
That's what I do.
Yeah, I mean, they're alright.
That's okay. You ever fire a
I mean,
tank?
they're alright.
No.
Oh man, that's even better. To set off.
I bet I would be really relaxed firing a tank, wouldn't I?
You totally would. The worst part though is that you be sitting in the firing chair, and right behind you is the tank commander. And he's basically got his nutsack on the back of your neck. So
I am the
you can really
tank
relax with
commander.
his nutsack. Yeah. That's the only thing that really sucks about well, that and also like every time you turn, you hit something hard. I hate that
Oh, I bet.
because
Hey,
everything's
Eric.
just pure steel.
Quick question.
So,
Eric, is this on your YouTube channel?
yeah, I mean, apparently.
Yes, it is on his YouTube.
It will be.
Are we sticking around for a bit, or what's happening?
No, I'm gonna fucking close this out and then go watch Hostel.
I'm
Are
kind
you?
of curious about Hostel again now.
No, I'm joking. Why?
Hey,
What-
you
what's
got.
up?
I'm trying to figure out, like, should I, like, tweet this shit?
Go ahead.
At this
Oh,
point, please do, because we've got like 13 thumbs down.
Oh my god, why do we have...
Yeah.
It's like 12
got
out of 13
haters.
down. I think
I-
Colin
I got-
really put
I
a
got
damper
a
on this
bad
movie.
case of the haters.
well, maybe
Here,
it was my
I'll give one
anti-feminist
up.
rant.
Now we're
Which is,
even.
oddly enough, a good thing, because that means you're doing a good job when people
Yeah.
take the time to hate on you.
Okay, let me tweet out some shit. Hopefully we'll get.
Let's see. There's a question here from like fucking 2 hours ago, if anybody
Oh.
wants to talk about Star Wars again.
Is this the Darth Maul one?
No, it's the one yeah, about Mark Hamill and
Do you
Harrison.
think Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, etc. will be able to retain their badassery from the original? That's from Jacko
Allard.
But that person's probably not watching anymore. But
That's
do
okay.
you
We
think
can still answer
do you
it.
think those peeps from Star Wars are going to be as good in the new movie? Anybody?
No.
I don't. They don't have to.
Too old.
I'm crafting a tweet right now.
It's a billion-dollar project. I bet most of their scenes will be CGI'd. Doesn't even matter.
It's well, not only that, but I mean, we all thought, oh, everyone's coming back for Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. The same writers, the same directors, the same actors. This will be great, and then it wasn't. You know, that's what I'm.
Eh.
Is that sad? I mean, I
No.
hate this.
No,
I
it's not.
think Mark Hamill will probably deliver. Out of everybody,
Yeah.
I feel like Mark Hamill would be the one person to give a shit enough to try and actually deliver.
Yeah, because I can't see any of the other ones doing it as well.
Just as long
Especially,
as Carrie.
well,
I
who
mean,
knows where
Carrie
she'll-
Fisher has been
Through hell and back.
what she's been doing for the past 34, 35 years.
multiple lines.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Jenny,
but as far
Weight
as
Watchers, it's different.
staying in shape and like sharpening her acting skills, probably has not been on the top of the list.
Yeah. Well, not only
At
that,
least we know Harrison Ford has been doing it the whole
Yeah.
time, even if he, half-assed it for some of his movies.
well,
You know what's weird?
Yes.
Having 13 dislikes and 13 likes.
Uh,
This is
Oh,
bullshit.
Fuck.
unlucky, man. Unlucky. Hey, by the way, do you want to know a very scary horror movie? I think we've been asked that twice from the same fella.
That's from a while back.
should have already gave us an answer if like should have asked us what the movie was.
What's a
The Ring.
very
It's The
scary
Ring.
horror
Or are they
movie?
asking
Oh,
us?
is it The
like-
Ring? Is it The Ring or
If he's
Candyman?
asking us, it's The Ring and The Grudge. Fuck those movies.
No, those movies are hardcore.
Yes, so hardcore. I'm tired of watching them.
Am I like
No,
the only person
no.
that wasn't scared of those?
Oh, I wasn't scared of those. I laughed when I saw
terrified.
that in theaters.
I
Okay.
was
almost got
scared of The
stood
Ring.
out.
And I'll never be ashamed to admit it. Fuck it, because that's what I
Same.
went to the movie to be, was scared, and it happened. So I win.
There you go.
You win.
Yay!
And
You
now
know
I'm
what?
frightened
You do.
every time I go to open a closet and see like a twisted girl in it.
The one
mean,
who breathes
that's
in.
never happened.
I'm slightly startled every time that happens.
Slightly startled, then I'm like, I just push like the dead girl over and grab my
Push
shirt
it.
and walk on.
Like, I need to grab my work uniform, so fuck off, please.
So, please move your fucking twisted ass face out of my goddamn way, please.
Why are you in my closet, bitch?
Why is this starting to sound like American Psycho Part 2?
We're crafting it as we speak.
I've actually seen that fucking movie.
It's terrible.
Mila Kunis.
It is terrible.
And William Shatner. Come on, what's not to love?
His
Well,
earpiece?
probably Mila Kunis and William Shatner, and the people involved in producing and writing that movie.
It was pretty fucking bad. I watched Cecil's review on it. Was pretty good. Good Bad Flicks.
Oh, yeah.
I think he
Cecil's
put that.
good.
Yeah, Cecil.
Trachtenberg, for those of you looking for his YouTube channel. Good Bad Flicks. I like his stuff because he convinced me that the Super Mario Brothers movie is actually better than I thought it was when I watched
Yep.
it in theaters.
Really?
Yeah.
That almost
I-
sounds like that sounds like Scientology to me. It sounds like they're convincing you of the impossible.
Well, if you just
I
get
don't
an
trust it.
e-meter reading, Eric, you will be able to enjoy it too.
I'm gonna run right out and get that reading so I can watch Mario Brothers.
Yeah, you need to.
It's good. It's not perfect or anything though, but it's a big part of my childhood, and it's even though like growing up, I was like, man, this movie sucks. Like Joe's right, like about what Cecil was talking about. He pretty much convinced me to rewatch it. I rewatched it because of him.
Mhm.
I enjoyed it.
It was kind of crazy. Like once you start noticing all the stuff,
That
exactly.
you talked about.
Yeah, and it's just
Well,
like, wow.
That's actually pretty cool, and it intrigues me. But it kind of sucks that it took like 25 years for somebody to explain the movie in a way that anybody enjoys it.
Right?
He made it pretty convincing.
I did like the Yoshi chat.
Animatronic.
That was neat.
Yeah, I thought he was cool.
Well, that was what did he say? Cecil said that was actually the same people who did the animatronics for the heads of the raptors in Jurassic Park.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Right.
pretty awesome. Same people also worked on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first one too, I think.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Forgot about
it's
that.
amazing what the
Respect.
voicing comes does.
Yeah,
But-
that's cool.
Yeah. Also, the other thing too that I was thinking about, like, he made a really good case for the 3D Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie.
I haven't seen that one yet. Well, I haven't seen his review of it.
Check out his review, and the points he makes are actually the reason why everybody said the movie was pretty good. Like all the people working on it, and he's not wrong. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that the ending is good either. So I don't
That
know.
ending.
It made sense, but it wasn't right.
I don't even know what to think of this fool anymore.
Hey, this is
I
coming
hate
from
that
this is
movie.
coming from Mr. I like Rob Zombie's Halloween, especially Halloween 2.
Hey! We'll never talk negatively about Rob Zombie's
I like-
Halloween.
I like
Jimmy and
Halloween
Joe
too,
will.
but I admit that it's flawed. Because it's totally flawed. And I get that.
Oh, flawed is not the word I would use.
Me and Joe will keep
Me
our mouths
neither.
shut now.
I would never say it's flawed.
No, you guys
Yeah,
everybody feel free to pummel me for my opinions
No,
on H2.
it's
We're
okay.
just- I'm-
I watched it
we're-
again
I'm-
because of you. I actually watched it again because of you, Eric. You made a
Yeah.
case for it,
And you
I
still
could
thought
definitely
it
see
sucked ass. You're like,
Did you
"This
watch
movie's
both
crap
versions
turd."
of it?
Yeah, I did. And to be honest, the problem I have with the second movie is the fact that it just detracts so far away from everything, and it all being about Laurie's descent into madness, as Eric pointed out, and that's a good way to look at it. It still made me hate her even more. Every moment of the movie, I just hated her more and more and more. So I'm thinking
That's-
it's my hate that turned her into Michael Myers, part 2.
Part 2. Let's talk about the good Halloween
I
part
just-
2. I'm joking.
Well, that's the thing I loved about the first one is that they didn't have to. The thing, it was the reveal of the sister was really cool, and the movie was really solid in the sense that it completed everything. But this other movie didn't complete anything. It just basically left you asking a lot more questions, like, how is it that she's seeing her mother on a white horse or with a white horse when she's never actually seen a picture of her mother, let alone actually her mother? How is it that she's, interacting with her brother mentally and seeing this image of her mother? I mean, there's so many stupid questions that come up, and it's like, well, this is typical Rob Zombie. Let's just fuck with everybody as much
I'm
as
gonna
possible.
change
The imagery
my
was
review.
cool.
I'm gonna give my review now a half a star based on what you said. So
Half a star.
totally changed it.
Or
Am I
I
I'm
hope
sorry.
you're joking.
I hope
Yeah.
you're joking too, because that's not fair. I'm an
yeah,
asshole, dude.
I fucking love that movie.
the imagery
think-
was cool. I liked that. I thought it was real kind of cool. Some of the
And I
sequences were
like that
real
little
nice.
asshole being an awesome ass killer and beating up those other assholes.
Which one are we talking about? What?
You're talking about one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What's his name?
Yeah,
Oh, number
Dave
two.
Fe-
Yeah, I'm not a huge
Dave
fan of number two.
Fetch.
This is
Yeah.
number two I was talking about.
I'm the
I wasn't
only
a fan.
person in the world that cares anything at all about the movie. I know this by now. Trust me.
Well-
The second one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
The first one was okay.
Yeah,
See,
it
that's
was
what I was
one
talking
of the
about.
most disappointing events of my life.
Actually,
You know what the thing I fucking hate about Rob Zombie's Halloween, and I liked it when I saw it, but like the more I watched it, the more I realized like he should do an original fucking take.
I'm right there with you. The more I
It
saw it,
shouldn't. Yeah, the more like I watch it, and it's just like I'm gonna retread Rob, John Carpenter's thing, and make it a little bit more Rob Zombie, but it's like you actually have the talent to do your own Halloween take, and it would probably be pretty cool without doing the same shit we've already seen. I mean, I guess it was inevitable to have a Halloween remake,
it was gonna happen regardless.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
at least it's over.
For
once you
now.
you got
For
20 years
now.
before we have to deal with it again. So, or is it
Halloween
going to be like
3's coming
Spider-Man?
I'd be interested in seeing another one.
That third Halloween really stalled. Hasn't
Yeah.
That's from 2000 and what, 10?
Halloween
They-
2 came out in 2009.
9. Oh yeah, and it came out against one of the Final Destination movies. And then the Weinstein brothers were like, shit, we got to make the next Halloween in 3D because 3D really cleans up. And then nothing, just nothing since then.
Longest
Well,
time. Oh, go ahead, Joe.
I was just going to say the worst part about 2, it wasn't the movie. It was sitting in a theater knowing that this guy who had Down syndrome loved horror movies, and he dragged his 80-year-old grandmother or mother who lived in or like had a wheelchair. So he dragged her to watch that movie. So as I'm watching this horror movie, which is violent and despicable and whatever it is, and all of a sudden realizing, wait, this woman who I know doesn't like horror movies is just here for her son. And she has to go through every scene with me, and I couldn't stop thinking about her the whole movie. I think that really ruined it for me.
That was like.
that would have ruined it for fucking me even.
I can't
Yeah.
get her out of my head. Like, I wouldn't have
That's
shown
not a
that
movie for like anybody. I'd say 38 and up.
Yeah. Oh, I felt so bad for her because, like she was saying beforehand, oh yeah, I'm not really interested in seeing it, but he loves horror movies, so. And all of a sudden to think, my gosh, he and she were right down. I could see them from where I was sitting, and it was like, oh crap, she's gonna be sitting through all this. And then that first, fucking the corpse line was just like,
Uh,
and that was just the beginning of the movie. We hadn't even gotten anywhere yet. Oh, that ruined the movie for me more than anything. I'd probably love the movie if it wasn't for that.
I really think that I think the thing with why I defend H2 Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 so much is for the reasons what I was just saying. Like, it came the closest to him doing his own original Halloween thing, which wasn't completely original, but it was closer than his remake. Like, so I think that's why I like it, is I see the potential of what he really could have done if he literally just did his own Halloween story. It wasn't a remake or a sequel. Wasn't trying to bring characters back that, oh, you remember this sequence, just did his own thing.
Yeah. I agree with that to an extent, but I also just recently watched what's that? What the fuck is that other
Lords
one?
of Salem.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
not a big fan.
I liked it
Eric
too.
liked it.
I know.
I liked it.
I know.
but
I
liked it
remember
based
seeing
pretty
his
much
Your
primarily
review.
on visuals and just the fact that he had a very 70s vibe and stuck to like taking things slow and psychological.
Yeah,
just wanna see
I get, like, I can see the appeal, but I think that it was just boring as fuck to me.
see.
Like, I love
That's the
visual
weird
stuff,
thing
and
about
it's a
me.
very big
I know
part
like
of my
so many of the
ratings.
things I like are boring to everyone else. That's why I point it out and I'll literally say, "Sorry everybody, I like this. You'll probably find it boring." It's weird. It's a weird like disclaimer to have.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know.
It's,
It's the same with like It Follows and fucking a few other ones that came out this year that everyone is raving
I
about.
was like so excited for It Follows. I was so like already like on board and then I watched it and I was like, "What?"
I thought it was
That's where
fucking
I feel like
brilliant.
an
Yeah, I
alien.
loved it.
That's why I don't like that I have this weird sensibility. I'd rather be on everyone else's side. Be like, yeah, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 sucked. I'm all about It Follows. I really would rather be that guy. I'd rather be like on the majority. Instead, I'm over here like, hey, it was all right, or that one sucked. And, I'm the only person saying it.
You're the fucking minority, man.
I am the
Yeah.
minority.
We don't take kindly to your people,
But
right?
I did like the Babadook, and I think again that's probably another situation where a
I'm
lot of the comics
really blown away by that. I
I've
didn't think you would
read,
ever like
a
that.
lot of people seem to be like, shit was boring, blah blah blah, and I'm just like, dude, it was so geniusly made. What are you talking about?
It's weird that you can say that about Babadook and then you don't say that about It Follows.
I think it's
How?
weird too, but dude, it follows. Here's the thing, right? Fucking hype is a killer.
Yeah, hype is definitely a
Yeah,
That's
huge.
the
yeah.
real horror movie here because I didn't get a whole lot of hype about the Babadook. Everybody wasn't suggesting I should watch that. I was just genuinely interested. But everybody was like, dude, It Follows is the greatest thing you'll ever see. So when I watched it, I was just like, really? This is the greatest thing ever? This is? Like
Did you like
somebody
the
walking slowly towards the camera? Ooh, real
Did you
fucking
at,
scary.
did you at least like the soundtrack? It had a very John Carpenter-esque.
No, I liked it, but I didn't think it fit.
Did you
I didn't see that fitting with the imagery, but I liked the sound. Again, I know I'm coming off like an alien.
No,
I'm
no,
sorry.
you're
You're
not.
not.
You just got an opinion.
It's
We've all got
you have
different
your
There
opinion.
with
opinions.
the rest of you and be like, it was the best thing ever. But I was just really like, wow, this is it. Somebody's walking at the camera.
It's
It's
not
an
for everybody.
acceptable thing to think,
But anyway,
though everybody
I don't
disagrees.
like being bummed out like that when had my hype, my hopes so high. I was really thinking it was going to be the best thing ever.
Yeah, that's like the worst. I hate when somebody hypes something up and you're like, this was mediocre at best. What the fuck is this shit? Why were like hundreds of people saying that I should watch this movie?
Yeah. But
Uh,
if I was to watch it again and had like went in with a different mentality, I'd probably pick up on a lot more things that I liked about it.
you're just covering your bases now. You son of a bitch.
Well, I mean, I'm sort of trying to be realistic because it's the whole Friday 5 thing. I didn't like that movie at first either, but
Right.
rewatching it a few times, I sort of start to get what is likable about it. And it may be the same deal with It Follows, but I can't see myself. I would give that movie one more chance. Just that. And if it
I
didn't
think
catch
it's
me
too
after that, I
soon
would
to
fuck
like
off.
even consider it. You need to wait like a bit.
Yeah.
Let your head clear
But
out,
hey,
man.
while we're here and talking about it, why don't you guys tell me what you liked about it and why you think it was awesome?
I thought it was awesome because there are so many references to Halloween. And not just because they were almost carbon copied, but the fact that it's just like it was emulated in such a way that it wasn't shot for shot, except for like one scene. Um,
Let's spoil it, but
and it's just I don't know. I thought everything just visually looked fantastic. I thought all of the characters acted as they would. They weren't like everybody was likable. That's
yeah.
a big thing that doesn't happen in modern horror. Usually you have your douchebag, you have your slut, you have your jocks, you have whatever. This one, it's like everybody you kind of rooted for. You're like, you know what? You can understand why some people don't get why Mika's character is fucking loopy. Like, she's seeing some shit. Okay, we don't see it. They didn't understand what she was going through at that time. And it took half the movie for them to finally realize, like, you know what, maybe we should start paying attention. They were coddling her for a bit, like, and it was fun. It was kind of cool to see how other characters were interacting with somebody though they had never seen a problem. And that's what I loved about like the whole character development.
I say like on that with like how real the characters were. One thing I really liked is how like going expanding on that, like just how real like they acted real. Like there's like one scene where like someone's on a phone. I'm not gonna give out anything though, but or I'm not gonna talk a lot about it though. But there's a scene where a character's on a phone and you see her like, and I do this, but like I'll just doodle on a piece of paper weird random stuff and just it just that's what people do and stuff like that, and it just I don't know, it just felt real, and I like
I
the music.
mostly liked the characters for the most part. I did think they were a little underplayed purposefully. Because
I'd
the
agree.
whole movie seemed like it was an underplay, which would be something I would normally be about. So I don't understand why I didn't enjoy it with this one. Because that's why everybody was suggesting it to me. Like, man, you like those slow burn movies, you're gonna love this. And so I was totally like, oh my god, it's gonna be awesome. But I did like the characters; they were all right.
As far as like scares are concerned, I think I loved like the slow tension. They had a couple cheap jump scares, yeah. Specifically one with a basketball.
Yeah.
But that was like the only really cheap jump scare, and I liked that one because you thought it was going to be somebody popping up in a mirror, but it wasn't somebody popping up in a mirror. It was something else happening in the background, and that kind of leads me to why I thought the terror and the suspense and why everybody thought it was kind of creepy. The movie is not about what's in the foreground. It's what's in the background. In many scenes, it has to do with, oh, look in the background and you can see the pictures of Mika and like her mom and her grandmother or whatever. Or look in the background and you can see these little subtle hints that start to play out throughout the rest of the movie. And if you pay more attention to what's happening deeper in the actual scene, then that's what you're supposed to be paying attention to. You're not supposed to pay attention to a bunch of kids sitting on the porch talking about their fucking what do you want to do this weekend? It's not about that. It's about
I
what's happening in the
I
background.
did notice that the parents were like played off as background.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's very intentional, I imagine.
It looked
And
very intentional.
they did mention it. They said like, "Oh, my parents are going to the cottage." Like they don't give a shit about us. They
There
kind
was
of like,
there was even one scene where one of the kid's parents was talking about what's happening across the street, but all you hear is the parent's voice, and you don't see you see like maybe a shoulder or something. You don't even see the person that's doing the talking. Like that's how underplayed they are, almost to the point like it was very purposefully like adult supervision cannot save you or something.
yeah, I think in a sense that is what it is. It's also like playing on the trope that no parents are ever around in horror movies, and
Yeah.
it's kind of like, you know what, like we'll give you the briefest explanation why they're not here, but we also have a lot of demonstrations with the kids like, oh, my parents don't care, they're kind of like in and out, they don't care what I'm doing this weekend. And you have a lot of one-off comments throughout the film where the kids are just like, like they're off doing their own thing, they don't care what we're doing. So, and that's exactly how I was when I grew up. My parents didn't care what I was doing on the weekend. They're going and doing their own thing. I'm doing my own thing. And I don't think you need a clear-cut answer as to, well, when are you going to be home for dinner? It's like, fuck off. Go to the cottage. If you have a cottage, go to the cottage. And that does happen, and it happens to many of the people that I know. So why in every horror movie is it necessary for that to happen? In this one, they proved that it is not necessary, and I think it worked. I don't know. I don't know. I really like this movie a lot.
I want to. That's the thing. That's why I'm like over here all like kind of upset because like the whole
Don't
time
lie. Don't. Yeah.
I've just wanted to like it. So
Man.
that's why I'm saying I'm gonna give
It's
it a
okay,
second
Eric.
chance. At some point. I'm gonna
It's okay.
in 3 years I will watch it again, and I'll update you guys. I'll let you know what I thought.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I chuckle at that, but it's like we still review movies that are 30 years old.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. I mean, what? Oh yeah, I reviewed Cannibal Holocaust like a few months ago, and that's fucking 30.
If I were to
years
do
old.
a review of It Follows in 3 years, that would
38
actually
years
be
old.
pretty good for the Death Twitch horror review. I'd be pretty modern for me.
You know, it's acceptable. It's acceptable. But by the way, I do want to be in on your fucking commentary of Resurrection. If
Me
that's a
too.
thing.
Please.
You may just want to do it just for like you and your dudes, and that's cool.
Well, it's gonna be a few of us, I think, because I already told like some of my patron supporters that they could be in on it since they're the ones that helped make
Oh,
that shit
okay.
happen.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
So it'll be a few of us, I guess. At least I won't have to watch that shit alone. However, we should all get really wasted and
That's a must.
like just kick this movie's ass.
You can.
Oh wait, you do like it
MSG.
though.
I will be
MST
defending it the whole time.
MST3K the hell out of it.
You
I
need two
love that.
robots.
Yes, you do.
I love it though.
You love the movie?
I love
Oh.
Resurrection, and I love what it stands for.
You son of a
Whoa.
bitch.
I'm so glad I'm not the only one who said something positive about
Oh
it.
yeah, Joe used to be the
Joe was the
That's so
sole
glad.
supporter of this movie.
I tried so hard. I hate it, but at the same time, someone had to.
You bastards. I guess I'll get you guys in on it just so somebody will say something positive.
I know. I'm gonna say something positive. I can tell you right now, but I'm not going to.
I'm
I'll
gonna.
surprise you.
Katie stack off?
Yeah, don't give it away.
I won't.
Katie stack
I've
off.
talked about it before, like on a live stream, but
Okay.
I dig it.
Alright, guys. I'm going to head out for the night. It was nice talking to y'all.
Nice talking to you too. Good seeing you.
Joe, don't be a stranger if you can help it.
I'm
Yeah.
always a stranger.
Take it
I'm a
easy,
stranger
yeah.
danger.
Stranger danger.
Yeah, I bet.
Adios.
Bye.
Later, Joe.
And then
That
there
was Japan.
Ray.
So fucking Halloween Resurrection. Well, the thing is, first of all, I put this on my Patreon. I can't even pronounce that shit.
Patron. You said it right.
It doesn't even matter. Close
Yeah,
enough.
whatever.
I didn't expect to have to do it so soon. I really didn't.
Yeah, I didn't
Now
also.
Now it's on top of me, and I was like, I'll just do this alone. I'll get really drunk. But then I got peeps talking about like, we want to be involved. Let's be involved. Let's all be involved. I'm like, fuck it. All right, make it a group thing. But if you know what? Look, if everybody's all being happy, being drunk and Terry, and I just suddenly burst out with a lot of hate out of nowhere, just please let it just go. And then
Yeah.
I'll
Oh
get
no.
it
Yeah,
out-
it's fun.
I'll get it out of me, and I'll be fine after that.
Alright.
Hey.
Cool. You're getting $100 now from Patreon. That's sick.
That's obscene, considering the fact that a very mass majority of that is coming from like 2 people who should not be giving me so much money. And
But
I'm
they
saying
respect
that-
what you do,
saying
and
that
that's
on
what's
fucking
awesome.
air.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've talked to them about it. They're like, no, it's all good. We're all good. I'm like, are you sure that's okay? But hey, if you're done with it,
I know, yeah, I kind of feel guilty. I would feel guilty about it. I'd be like,
Well, the reason that I feel guilty is because I've been fucking dealing with a lot of BS for like almost 3 weeks. So I haven't made a video in a long ass time, and here I am collecting like donations and not doing anything. But I feel bad, but I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get back to it. I really will.
And I think the people that follow you and the people that are supporting you will understand that. So I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Hey, well.
So like, thanks to them, because there's apparently a decent amount of haters out there too.
Yeah, apparently
There's like an equal amount of like
there's an equal amount. That's the worst part.
supporters and haters. So
It's
thanks
not
to
a
both
decent
of you.
amount. It's an equal amount.
It's 50-50. That's not even true at all. That's just the fact that like the negative people have way more like energy to focus than the positive people. Did you ever notice that?
Yeah.
I'll give you an example right now. Go to any YouTube video
Oh, I
and
know.
then look at the difference between the thumbs down and then or the thumbs up and the comments. Like the comments will be all negative, but it'll be like a hell of a lot of thumbs up. So the people that are really positive and supportive, they just click the button and they move on with their life. But the people that are really negative, they fucking stick around to comment about it. That's the difference. That's a weird difference, and I totally appreciate the positive peeps that are there to like, give a thumbs up and like make a donation. But it's kind of odd when you think about like the effort that trolls put into it. Holy, that's like
I have no
lot of
idea
effort.
why. I get a lot of comments also like hating on just like being Canadian. It's ridiculous. Like I think I had 3 comments today that were like, "This is why I hate Canadians." Like,
Oh wow!
what do you mean? What did I fucking do? What, because I said Sharknado was a reasonable movie in 2014? Like, give me a fucking break.
The thing is, you didn't do anything. They're just fishing for attention.
No, I think it's that some videos get too popular that it reaches not my target audience. My target audience are people that watch fucking horror movies, not people that have scanned Netflix once in a while and watched Ouija. Like, fuck you. You're not my target audience. So if you're watching my top 10 of 2014, you're not even going to know what any of those movies are. So go fuck yourself. Like, you're not my audience. Get off my channel. Don't make any comments. And it fucking drives me nuts. Because I seriously...
Does it really drive you nuts?
It does. It does.
Do you know that
It's
there's
getting to
more?
me.
There's more of that to come as your channel grows.
I know. And every single day, I get at least like 2 or 3 hate comments on either that specific video, like the top 10 of 2014, or my Cannibal Holocaust.
What happened to
Because
your Cannibal Holocaust?
Cannibal Holocaust is at like 45,000 views now.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like, it's fucking huge right now. And people every day are just fucking, fuck you guys, you don't know good movies. It's like, I gave it a 4. What are you saying? He's like, you should have gave it a 4.5, dickhead. You guys don't know movies. Like,
I've got almost the same comment. I've got almost the same comment before.
I
What?
remember.
it's like, yeah, like what do you want me to give it? Like, I gave it an 8 out of 10. You want me to give it a 9 out of 10, and that's what you're bitching about? Go fuck yourself, dude.
Dude, when you guys did the Black Devil doll review, the creators or like the writer and directors of it actually responded to it. Did you see that? Rape, 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 rape is funny. Rape, 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 rape. I'm like, really, guys? Oh man.
I don't remember that.
Oh, I follow Rotten Cotton and the people. I'm actually friends with one of the
I probably
people
wouldn't even
on.
known that it was like them affiliated. It's just
Rotten
like,
Cotton,
oh,
yeah.
there's another asshole I'm gonna rant about right now.
No, I just remembered they shared your video too, and I was like, oh no,
We hated it,
Sure.
but like we liked it in a good,
It-
like it was
it's-
fun.
Yeah, if you have like a bunch of friends with you and you've been drinking and partying, yeah,
You had to
definitely.
have
It's a
been drinking. If you weren't,
yeah.
you wouldn't like it.
High doesn't matter. You got to be intoxicated somehow to watch that and have a good
Most
time.
To this day, I remember that fucking review, actually.
Yeah, it's a weird one, that one.
You know the movie it's based off of, right?
Yeah, apparently it's not based off of it.
Well, it's very heavily inspired.
There is a Black Devil doll from hell, and it's basically the exact same movie.
Yeah, except
But
for well, yeah, there is.
They
Yeah, there's.
state that it is not based on it.
I say it's inspired, heavily inspired.
I would agree with you, definitely.
Because I mean, I'm pretty sure this movie wouldn't exist if the original Black Devil doll from Hell movie wouldn't have existed. And I've talked with one of the writers, Jonathan Lewis, who's I've hung out with him. He's a pretty cool guy. That's his brother that left that that hate comment about you though. But like he was talking about how he's like my brother and I would all like they'd have the VHS of that at the video store and we'd rent it and like watch it and make fun of it all the time. So I'm like yes. You were inspired by it.
Okay, well that's good.
Yeah. Yep.
There's some crazy ass movies out there, and I'm about them.
Agreed.
You're all about them, huh?
Oh, I try to be so hard.
So hard.
I wish I had like more time. I want to review movies every single day. I don't have any time. And I think you guys are probably in the exact same boat.
I agree.
Kind of. Yeah.
I haven't even done one in fucking weeks, and it's almost like depressing to me.
How can you change it?
What do you mean?
How can you review a movie? Review a movie right now.
Okay. Mad Max, Fury Road.
No, don't. I still haven't seen it.
If you like,
I want to.
if you like muscle cars driving around for 2 hours, you're gonna love the movie.
And people in BDSM gear.
Oh,
Well,
fuck
there's some of that. Yeah.
yeah. Especially if you like spikes.
He's like,
Yeah, that sums it up. You like spikes? You're gonna like
I want you to like an infomercial. Like, do you like spikes?
Spikes.
Do you like vast open areas?
You like desert and dirt in your face at all times? Well, you're gonna love Mad Max Fury Road.
When we stick mud right in your eye holes.
Call us now. Get an extra fucking pound of dirt for free. 1-800 shit ass. I don't know.
Shit. How about 1-800 for Mad Max?
For Mad Max. Fucking explosions all day.
All day.
That would be.
Was I supposed to review a horror movie?
I'm fine with that.
All right, excellent.
I feel like you should do a more intense version in front of your green screen, add explosions, add shit blowing up,
And Dracula.
and Dracula.
Ghostbusters and the
Working in the
Ghostbusters.
fucking
I
background.
give it 3 1/4 stars. And anytime I give something 3 or more, that's not a bad thing. I've had fucking people go, "You only gave it 3.5." I'm like, hey, that's actually pretty decent.
I agree. I think people forget that like you can double that in a 10 out of 10, and that sounds like a more impressive number if you're asking. Like 3.25, it sounded like a 6.5 right now. So that's pretty solid. Like,
Hey,
don't
Doc,
be assholes.
Are you falling asleep over there? What the hell is up? In your dark ass little interrogation room?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
You're literally falling asleep on cam right now.
Hey, we've had it before.
No,
Didn't Cat
no,
from the
I'm
Horror
not.
Honeys?
Did she fall asleep on cam?
No, she just put her head down and sulked.
Oh, she thought. No, there's a vast difference between what I'm talking about. It looks like it looks like Dr. Snowcone is like, I'm gonna take a time out.
I'm looking down at like my phone, and I'm looking down at like a bunch. I don't know. It's really dark in here. Yeah.
It
Yeah,
looks
we can see that.
really dark in there. I'm
It's
really
scared
dark in
looking
there.
at
Like,
you.
I can see someone behind you.
That's what I was
Bunch-
saying earlier.
bunch of boxes and a bunch of roommates crap.
What if an actual My Buddy doll?
I don't have one. That
What?
was like.
No, I don't give a fuck if you have one. What if one popped up?
That's even better if you didn't
That'd be
have
cool.
one.
Yeah.
And what if
I
it
don't
was
know.
like the anti-Chucky doll?
If he was anti-Chucky, he would be a friendly doll.
If he really wanted to be your friend.
I'm just saying, if he was anti-Chucky, he'd be friendly. Think
What
about
if
it.
he was like too friendly? What if he was like, let me give you
Like,
a
he's
massage.
groping
Ship him. I'll just ship him to somebody I don't
Let's
like.
give each other massages right now. I was like,
No, I'm good. No, I'm good. I'm good.
like the creepiest
What if
fucking
he tried to
thing.
slip you some ecstasy? He's like, you're gonna like this. And then he put on some Lords of Acid.
I don't know how to answer that.
Come on, Marcy. Snowcone, whatever I'm supposed to call you this week.
Speaking about being tired, you look like you're like, I'm tired and grumpy.
Nah. I'm hot. I'll fucking admit that shit because I've had this light on me for about 3 hours.
Been there before.
Work on a movie set.
I decided not to go with lights over here.
I obviously decided not to. Well,
You
well,
also.
there's got. Well,
Hold
I mean,
on.
like
So what are you lit with? Just your
the
computer?
yeah, the laptop.
It has reasonable lighting.
It does, but like the only light in here is the overhead light, the fan, and that thing is as brighter as bright as the fucking sun. So.
I've actually
Yeah.
thought about how I want to have that same situation where it's like you just see me, the background's all dark, but I would be all pixelated and it would just piss me off and I'd turn the lights on.
You're like, I see it, and then, fuck this.
Yeah, I'd clap and then all the lights would come on. It's not worth it. If I could just get a bunch of candles, 50 candles lit
50
Without-
candles.
without
You have
lighting
that
most of
option.
them. 50 candles. I'll probably be alright. Look, I'm all sweaty because
I think
live in some-
$10 could buy you like 50 tea lights. Probably 100. You could probably buy so many tea lights with that. And that would be fucking amazing. That's production value at its finest. And then you gotta do that Charlie
shitty-ass little
fucking
tea
game.
lights. What I should do is take my laptop outside instead of a big old bonfire.
And burn all the things.
All the things.
All the motherfucking things.
Alright, guys, let's call it a night.
Yeah.
I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah, I'm fixing
Because
this.
I gotta
I
fucking
sense
get up
that.
and drink.
Yeah, we all gotta get up and just. We have so much drinking to do. Fuck it.
Yes.
I gotta take a nap after I'm done sleeping.
Napping and drinking. That's what
Alright.
we do.
Well, thank you for having me once again, sir.
Thank you for having me again too.
Yeah, thanks for showing up, fools.
No problem.
And thanks to all the supporters and the haters out there, because
Especially the haters.
they all watch this.
Yep.
Alright, guys, we're out. Catch you on the next random hangout. Peace out.